Australia, we've got deadly animals aplenty. We've got funnel web spiders who'll murder you and your family. Under every second rock is a redback spider, and they'll kill you just because, I don't know, they're bored or whatever. We've got invisible brown snakes who'll bite you on the foot and you'll be dead in 7 minutes. Just like that, kaput. We've got the world's deadliest creatures all over the place. We've got magpies who'll steal the eyeballs from your face. But at least we don't have AR-15s. We've got great white sharks who'll ascend from the deep and rip you in half with their razor-sharp teeth. We've got saltwater crocs who'll death roll you to death, and sea snakes who'll gladly snatch your last breath. We've got a blue-ringed octopus no bigger than this that just sits around in rock pools waiting to kill kids, and even the platypus, a cute beaver duck thing, has got a spur on its ankle that'll kill you in one sting. But at least we don't have AR-15s, and at least they can't end up in the hands of psychopathic teens. We've got stonefish and stingrays and sea urchins and shit, and hectic fucking homicidal box jellyfish. And these jellyfish, they aren't even sentient beings. They don't even really do stuff or know about things. They just float around on the whim of the currents, being pointless, non-cognitive, murderous cunts. And if that weren't enough in terms of natural hazards, here in Australia, the sun causes cancer. But at least we don't have AR-15s, and at least they can't end up in the hands of suicidal teens. And at least we don't have an NRA who pay millions of dollars every day buying off politicians not to change old laws. We've got bull sharks, cone shells, saltwater crocodiles, honeybees, European wasps and blue-ringed octopies, death adders, blue bottles, redback spiders, tiger sharks, tiger snakes and lizards that'll bite ya. We got sea snakes, taipans, cassowaries, copperheads, all the creatures of the land and sky and sea that want you dead. Toadfish, stonefish, irukandji jellyfish, bull ants, centipedes and ticks that cause paralysis. Thank fuck we don't have AR-15s, and thank fuck they can't end up in the hands of psychopathic suicidal teens. And thank fuck we don't have an NRA who pay millions of dollars every day buying off politicians not to change some law. A law that was written 200 years ago, in a time when it took 3 minutes to reload a single round of ammunition. We knew nothing about depression, and you couldn't fire 45 rounds in 60 seconds. And there wasn't even such a thing as automatic weapons, and there weren't 31 mass shootings monthly. But what would I know, 'cause I'm from another country.
Hey everybody, how's it going? Man, it's been a while again since I've done this. Let me know in the chat, please, if the sound is okay. I did do a bit of a check on my phone when the intro was on. It sounded okay, but let me know how the mic sounds. I plug this in each time, so it's never the same. So it is a very rainy, wet day here in Brisbane. It is Saturday, just after 12:30, and I got a little bit of time trying to work out a suitable time with my co-host is very difficult because she's from another country. So it's always hard, but we were just having a chat. We chat quite often, and we decided, hey, look, we need to do a live and catch up. I said, fuck yeah, let's do it. And I'm not really, I've got maybe, I don't know, 3-4 hours, or no, about 3 hours before I have to go out. So I thought, wow, I've got a block of time. There's not much I can do. It's rainy. I can't do the lawns. I got some work on the jet ski to do, and I don't want to get the jet ski out from undercover while it's raining. It's quite stormy here. It's going to be raining for like a couple of days from what I believe. And the worst is supposed to be to come, but we'll see. At the moment, it's not raining, but it's drizzly. So yeah, I had to close some windows and try to make it quiet so I can stream. So what's new with everybody? So my co-host said she'll be here shortly. She's probably finishing up a couple of things. So the title of the live is Compulsive Liars. I didn't really put too much thought into it. I wanted to, I guess we're going to have a general chat today because I haven't caught up with Beck, shipwreck Beck, for a while online. We have conversations, but we we wanted to catch up about the subject of Jess K or whatever that I've been watching, and I guess tell our own little story with our involvement with that lady. Not that I've spoken to her for quite a long time, but I have caught up on many of the replays. Not so much lives, because most of the lives happen while I'm at work, and although I probably could headphone up and listen live, I tend to get interrupted all the time, and I'm basically pausing it and then coming back to it, and so I don't get to listen to many lives, and kind of like the timing is always bad. So like I have like a block of time, maybe like 25 minutes in the morning to listen on the way to work to something, and then basically half an hour to listen on the way home. So I don't always catch up with everything. So I listen to a few different lives in regards to the just K stuff. So I've listened to Scardy's lives replays, and then I've listened to Granny Fanny's replays. Yeah, and we do these sort of subjects do come up in a Discord that I try to catch up with too, like especially with when interesting stuff happens. And I guess like I'm not really that surprised um from what I've seen, but when I relate it back to conversations that I've had in the past with some of these people, I'm kind of like, wow. It's kind of like, wow, was I really like, I really didn't really know what was going on at that time when I used to talk to them, and I'm like, wow, it's different stories, if you know what I mean. So I'll wait till well, no, I'll start, but I'll see Beck pop up in backstage at some point here, so I'll just let her on when she's ready. Um I was listening to, I think it was, oh, I can't be sure. Oh, I also listened to Nikki's replays as well. Like she does extremely long lives, so I can't definitely cannot listen to live. Hey, anyway, let me just not ignore the chat because I get a little bit sidetracked. I notice when I do lives, I get sidetracked very easily. Welcome to Daniel Berry Sports Highlights 5851. What a profile name. Okay, I don't know. He pops up all the time, and then he disappears. But my regulars obviously, my online friends, Neri, Becky, Boo, Deadly Queens. Nice to see you. Nice to see you. Yes. Deadly Queens, I believe, is Aussie. I believe. Yes. I'm trying to remember previous conversations, but I see her in the comment section a lot. In people's why is that beeping coming up? I thought I got rid of that. So that really annoys me, those sorts of things. Okay, I've muted them. I took it off the start off menu because you know how you get stuff popping up on computer when you listen to people's. Oh, the Goldie, that's right. Yeah, I thought it was Brisbane, but Goldie, yeah, going down there soon actually. Um, doesn't it really annoy you? Like, I don't know if many people do this on like when they're live streaming and they listen to live streams, and you hear all these beepings and noises carrying on because they haven't um muted their like system notifications and stuff. I try to not do that. I try to make it professional as I can. Yeah, the Goldie. Oh man, I love the Gold Coast. Go down there on. It's not the season too late. Summer's over, but um, Deadly Kings would know what I'm talking about. Um, I go down to oh yeah, Burleigh Heads kind of side. I go down to Broadbeach. I have my second mum is Broadbeach, and I go down there and we always go to the footy at Rabina. when the doggies are playing, which is in June. Um, okay, so I'm just gonna let on my guess because I was about to tell a story. Welcome back.
Hey, I was like shocked. I was like, summer's over there and spring's starting here. It's like weird.
Summer's yeah, well, summer's just over. We're into what is oh fuck, I don't know. I'm into autumn, I guess. What do you
Well,
call that
whatever you
fall?
guys call winter over there.
No, it's not winter yet. It's like
Well, what would
it's
winter
like
be there? Like,
oh, winter is winter, but winter is
well, you're not like us. You're not
May,
Serbia.
June, July, something like that. Yeah, that's when it's the cold. I love because I'm in Queensland, right? So it's really like always sort of hot and humid. Well, not always, but I love the winter time because it's nowhere near what you would call winter. I've seen pictures of what you call winter. I'm fucking snowed in like 6 foot deep type thing. Here it's just like low 20 degrees like winter, which is like, oh, this is nice. This is nice.
I'm like, yeah, we've had a really good winter this year. Like, it got cold a few points, but like last few winters have been nothing like it's been before. But yeah, I was always wondering like what would winter be like in Australia because we're just like in like
Well, it gets really cold down in the lower states. Really, really cold. Obviously, there's snow. There's like light snow in other states, but not up here where I am.
yeah, it's like so do the trees change?
Yeah, yeah. I should look up.
I should look into it more.
Yeah, I should look. Yeah, but
There's so many rabbit holes to go down in life, and I'm like, I can't
y-
keep up.
well, you know how like a lot of people say to me, "Oh, Dad, you're gonna take the jet ski out in summertime? It's beautiful and warm." And I said, "Yeah, I will." But like, in actual fact, most of the jet skis go out in the wintertime because the waters are calmer, something to do with the tides and all that sort of stuff. The warmers,
Well,
and
probably
I thought, oh,
migration patterns and stuff too. And
so yeah.
yeah, those
Anyway, I was
videos
gonna.
are pretty cool. They're nice. Okay, sorry, I don't want to
Oh
interrupt you.
yeah, yeah. What those jet ski videos? Oh, did you like those?
Yeah, I was like, fuck you. I'm
Yeah,
jealous.
well, yeah. I do. It's the best money I spent, even though it's an older jet ski. She's bulletproof, and I've had some great fun on it. And I think I did a like 80K round trip. That last ski I did up to Caloundra for it, and I just basically went up there because I wanted to have a nice swim in the beautiful clear water, and it was like 80K round trip, and like it was like I was done and dusted in like 3-4 hours. It's no
I love
problem.
that
Yeah,
though. It's just like, do you listen to music while you're riding?
yeah. I got the headphones on. Yes,
Yeah, it's
yes.
fucking awesome.
I
Just
got
like
the headphones. I got speakers. I got speakers. Like all the new jet skis have all got speakers, but my one's like an older jet ski didn't have speakers. So I just modified it to put speakers on, and then I just Bluetooth my
I think
music
it's better
playing
to
to it. But
Bluetooth.
I do find it's better if I just put my like a ski mask on. Like jet skis wear like this ski mask, and then just put headphones on, and the ski mask keeps the headphones in because you're doing quite a few kilometers an
Turn the
hour, and
bugs
it's
off your face.
in the bugs off my face. Yes. Oh, I
Yeah.
wear glasses as well, so.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'm still working out the finer arts of jet skiing. Like I always tend to forget something, like like the shoe, like the right shoes to wear. Like I got these slip-ons that, you know, are basically for going in water, so you don't want to get your Nikes all fucked up. So I wear that, and then I realized that you really need to wear gloves because your fingers get friggin' cold. Even on a hot day, your fingers get like cold and achy and stuff when you're trying to hold the throttle and stuff. So yeah, still learning.
Crampy, probably. I would
Yep's
say.
cramping up as well. Yeah, I got to stop and just like flex my hand for like a few minutes to get the circulation back in there.
Yeah, totally.
So, yeah, I was about to tell a story back. Going back, I think it was on Granny Fanny's or something. Amy told the story of like when Jessica tried to scam me out of money. Well, she asked me for money. At that point in time, I really didn't think it was going to be a scam, but she basically hit me up for money, and I know she got like the basics right, but she didn't quite tell the whole story. And I was thinking to myself after I listened to it, I thought, oh, I should like fill everyone in with the full story. So you might have heard Amy saying like, "Oh yeah, Casper's in the chat. Jessica tried to scam him too, blah blah blah, because she did scam money out of Granny Fanny back in the day. But at that point, when she asked me, I didn't know that story, and the reason why she, I think, hit me up for money in the first place was because I used to be in this group chat with them. There was like, it was Robbie. It was like everyone at the time. Well, not yourself, but it was like Robbie, Nikki, Jessica, Amy. Did I say Granny Fanny and
Probably
me?
BCF and
No, no, no. It wasn't BCF
no.
and Doodle. So there
Oh,
was like, yeah, it was like me and Doodle, Jessica and Amy, Nikki, Robbie, Granny Fanny, Jessica. Yeah. So there was quite a few of us in this chat, right? And we used to all just put in like random stuff, like because we were like at that point you just considered it like, oh, it's just a group of friends, right? So we would just put in all sorts of shit in there. So I remember one time I put in there like, oh, I just had this fucking, because you know how I like to play the pokey, so, or slots, whatever you want to call them. So I remember one time I put in there, oh, I just fucking smashed this or whatever, and I put a picture of this fucking absolute wad of fucking money, right? So Amy likes to go to the casino as well. So I remember like not long after that, she put in like this nice, wad of American cash in there as well. She goes, "Oh yeah, we went to the casino and blah blah blah." And it's just normal kind of talk. And it wasn't long after that then Jessica messaged me, privately, obviously, and starts saying like, "Oh, Casper, I wonder if it's possible, blah blah," and she gave me some crazy explanation or excuse or whatever why she wanted to borrow this money. Something about, I mean, if I knew what I know now, I know it's absolute shit. But she said something about her rebate on her something or rather health, something to do, and I'd never even heard of it. It was some shit that I'd never even heard of, and I can't even remember how much she hit me up from because I'd have to go back through. I really should have done this when I had some spare time before this live. I may even have screenshots on a different hard drive here that I've
well, I
saved
think
some
you
stuff
sent
on.
me one for sure. You showed it to me.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
and like I felt I can't I felt very uncomfortable because one is like you don't even really know that person, even though you may be in a group chat, you may know them online, know them from YouTube. You don't really know that person. You're not in their real life. It's not like you're gonna drop over and have a cup of tea. You know what I'm saying? So I felt like really fucking. But at that point in time, being like a nice person, I felt like, oh my god, what this person needs help, and I kind of can relate to the way that certain people have been scammed now by her because I it's easy to sit back and say, oh, that you're a fool and you should never get sucked into this and this and that. But people like Jessica, and there's millions of people like Jessica, they just prey on people like that. Oh, cool. I wasn't sure which avatar you were going to use in the chat, so cool. You already modded up. So I felt really weird about it, and she goes, "Oh, you can just think about it, but please don't tell anyone," And I'm thinking, "Oh, please don't tell anyone." Okay, all right, that makes it like okay, a bit tricky. So I sat on it for about a day or so, right? And I'm in the chat, I'm in the general chat, right? And I'm talking away, or I was having like maybe I was having a chat with Amy, or maybe we were doing, because we used to do like voice chats in the group. Like you just start a voice chat in that group, and anyone that's in that group, this was Hangout days, anyone in that chat can just pop in and out whenever they wanted to. So you just have your headphones on, say you're going about your business, whatever, and then you just pop in there and you'll talk to. Sometimes I would talk to Nikki, sometimes I would talk to Amy, sometimes Doodle would pop in and out, when it was just however, because everyone's on different timelines, everyone's got their own lives, so it was just like, oh, just pop in and out whenever you want, and sometimes there was no chat at all. So I think we were having a chat one time about a day after Jessica had hit me up for money, and I mean, Amy's an intelligent woman. I mean, you can love her or hate her, but she's not dumb. And she said to me, Casper, something's wrong. Something's up with you. What's wrong? And I said like, oh no, look, there's nothing. I can't have to deal with some situation. Blah blah blah. I said I
Well, and that even would
personally,
have been uncomfortable because her and Amy were kind of like,
well, they were friends at that stage.
yeah.
So, because we're all in this group, we're all friends, remember? So we're all friends at this stage. And I mean, like, you got to remember, like Nikki used to have problems with, say, like her water heater in her basement, and she'd say, Casper, help me, like something weird's going on with this thing. It's all like real life situations, but in a voice chat type thing. And sometimes Nikki suffers, I think, from anxiety amongst other things, but anxiety. And I remember a few times talking her down, just by calmly talking to her. And, we would just have normal chats like that. So Amy says to me, Casper, there's something wrong. Like, what's on your mind? Is something going on with Doodle or something, blah, blah, blah. I said, no. Anyway, I thought, well, I'm not going to talk about this in the general chat. I'm going to try to respect what was asked of me. So Amy messages me and says, well, something's going on and like blah blah blah, and you're all friends. So I said look, all right. I said, because you're her friend, and you've known her longer than me, I said, I feel very uncomfortable that that Jessica's approached me for money. And you got to remember, it would have cost me double to send money to the States practically, which is another thing. Like, it would have cost
because
me
our
a
dollar's
lot.
different, right?
Yeah. But I can't even remember what she wanted. And I tell Amy the story, and Amy goes, oh my God, Casper, she says to me, don't you send her anything, and I will get back to you. I said, hey, you can't go yelling at her, because I said I wouldn't tell anyone. I said, I already feel bad about that, but I only told you because you were her friend first, and you two have been known each other for years. So she must have then went and spoke to Granny Fanny and asked his permission to tell me what had happened to him. And then she got back to me and she said, look, she did the same thing to Granny Fanny. And then when she was ready to pay the money back, she wanted his address, and he didn't want to give his address because, blah, blah, blah. And Granny Fanny just turned around and said, keep the money. It doesn't matter. It doesn't bother me. So I said to him, I said, what should I do? I don't want to offend her. Like, and I think I think I've sort of like instigated this by kind of showing off that I've just had this big win. And then you showed me the bundle of cash you won from the casino, like only like days later. Like, we were just like fucking around. Like, this is just our personal life that we're showing. Like, normally I wouldn't have, like, if I knew what I knew now, Beck, like when I saw how she was probably living at that time, I would never have posted like, a big bundle of cash in the group chat, like showing off. You know what I'm saying? Like, I wouldn't have done that. Like, I just think that would have been like, oh, just, rubbing it in kind of thing. When I first met Jessica, she actually, I believe, and Amy can correct me, but she told me like that she was living in a trailer at that point in time with her husband. And I'm not judging. Lots of people live in trailers, and we call them caravan parks out here. And lots of people live in caravan parks. There's permanent residents in caravan parks here in Australia. It's very, very common. And I just thought, okay, well, you're living in a trailer. Some trailers are very, very nice. Like, how would I know? Like, I remember when I think I put a picture in of my computer desk at that point in time, where I've got like 2 dual big monitors and, a semi gaming kind of machine that I never game on, but it's a strong, reliable computer, and, nice mixer on the table. I just took this nice picture of my computer setup and I put it in there. And then she starts raving on about how she just marked these really big screens and all this. And now when I think back on that, it was probably just all bullshit. Like, here you are, one person being honest and just sharing their life, and then the other person is just like, well, I've got to outdo you. And when I look back on it now, there's like lots of other little stories that I had when I was in that group chat that I know now just seems like complete shit. Like, she just made it all up. Like, I brought it to Amy's attention. I wrote in Granny Fanny's chat the other day, I said, Amy, do you remember the vacuum cleaner story? And I could hear the like little clock ticking over in Amy's head. Like, Amy goes, oh yeah, it was something to do with like I said in the chat that I just brought a new I think it was a Dyson or something, the expensive vacuum cleaner spec. I think
Yeah,
I
I like
just
those
brought
ones.
this Dyson or something like that. And Jessica jumps in and goes, "Oh yeah, I've got this model. I just brought this model, which was like a newer model than what Amy had got." Because she always did that. She always made out like she had either more or better than you. And I realize now that that was never true. That was never true at all. It's part of whatever condition that she has. That and I did do a little bit of research. It's one of the and Nary's pretty good at this sort of thing. She would know what I mean.
That's true. Yep.
Someone can never be outdone. They have to do better and stuff. I maybe it's just my personality, Beck, but I feel I feel like bad now looking back on like posting that stuff and then thinking that, well, everyone's just the same as me, or I would class myself as I guess middle class, if you want to put it in a category. But when I saw like how it's been for Jess K, and I know I guess it's her fault. I mean, no one has to live like a pig. But I feel kind of bad about it. Like, what do you think?
I think she like is a psycho.
Oh, she's definitely got some
Like, I mean, there's people
mental
that
health issues.
hoard, but I think like this like whole like the what is okay. So I'm pretty sure. Correct me if I'm wrong, but did she not get charged with like animal neglect or like something prior to what just recently happened?
I'm not really good on the whole
Because I feel like
timeline.
there was somebody that mentioned that she had been like possibly charged with like animal neglect or animal cruelty, or I don't know, it was something to do something negative towards animals, right? And at first, like I didn't. I mean, at that point in time, like I was a crazy drunk, so it probably went in
Well,
like
okay.
one ear and right out the other
Wouldn't
because
say
I
you
was
were
20.
completely. Wouldn't say you were
Well,
completely crazy.
some days I was, Casper.
Still had
Ask
some good
Nary.
conversations with you.
But like I was in a pretty bad place at the time, so it would kind of like I would just overlook certain things, but I do distinctly kind of remember that happening, and I sort of just glossed over it because she wasn't really around anymore or whatever. And then with this kind of coming out, it sort of like kind of puts a new perspective on things because there was a live stream I did just a couple, maybe 3 weeks ago, where I was talking about like how I ended up splitting off from Amy and Granny and Jessica K and BCF because I saw somebody trolling Starlight, and they were under like Amy's name, and I thought it was Amy, but kind of like, and I've thought this whole time that it's been Amy, this like person, right? Um, but given the fact that like this person, like just judging from like the things people have put up, like her brainstorming map, her shorts where it's like complete delusions, like the script is just completely flipped over backwards. It's like the narcissist pretending to be the superhero, right? Like she's not even the anti-hero, she's the hero,
The trolling Starlight thing, is that you talking recent or back?
like in the past, right? So like I was
Okay.
thinking that like certain people were, but I'm starting to think now like it's a weird twist that like 6 years later, this actually like I think she was like stalking me, and I think it was her. And I think because her and Amy were always like, especially during the time that I met them, everybody was like, they're the evil twins, double trouble, they troll together, they did, the way that whole narrative went for a couple years, right? That I just assumed that Amy was, hugely involved in that. But I'm starting, and then when Granny said the other day, like, Bob brought her back, fucking Bob brought her back. I'm like, if
Well,
Jess K was in
okay.
contact with Bob the whole time, then a lot of the
I'm not
information.
sure. Let's talk about that for a little bit. So I had the impression from what I heard and listened to that it was Nikki and Robbie that reached out to her, but I don't know if that's truthful, because yesterday I was listening to a little bit of Nikki's, and Nikki said no, I didn't bring her back or whatever. But Robbie apparently said somewhere else that he did bring her back. So there's kind of like conflicting stories. And the thing is, though, Jess would have used them to come back, if you know what I mean, because initially it was all about going after Amy. They wanted to bring her back. They wanted to bring her back to go after Amy, just more hate bonding against Amy, right? And it didn't really work. I think Jess in the beginning, right? In the beginning when she came back, she was able to say, she was able to say to them, yeah, I'm going to do Amy, whatever. But shortly after, she digressed and went a different road. That's how I kind of saw it. And
well, yeah, and since Amy, and that's the other thing too, like since Amy and Robbie and all that crew has had a fallout, and you know, I tune into Granny Fanny's like live streams. I find them like quite hilarious, like his Bukkake anime, and you know, some of the stuff he says is just hilarious. But then, and I don't see the same like type of trolling since that's split off, because I do feel like there was like this at the time, like this super fun trolling, but there was some like really dark element to it that a lot of people don't know about, that I never, because like remember back then I never went live, I didn't talk to anybody, right? So, and you would know that because you had spoken with Space Monster and she said like nobody talks to Beck or whatever.
Right.
So I was kind of like lost in space basically, and no pun intended. And then all of a sudden it was like I was getting like there was comments in so I was coming off opiates, right? Like I've told you about my addiction, right? And I was coming off of opiates, right? Yeah. So I had people like under avatars that appeared like Amy or Jessica K or Robbie or Nikki that appeared like those people, like sending links to me to how to buy opiates like online, right? While I was coming off of it. So I was always under the impression that like there was just sort of this like really, well, there might have been like some fun aspects to what was going on with the trolling and stuff. There was always like this sort of dark aspect, because I was like, well, why would somebody do that if you know that I've had this addiction for a really long time and I'm finally beating it? Why would you be comment sections in places that I'm subscribed to and like, or replying to comments and putting these links to like opiates, you know what I mean? Like it was kind of bizarre. And it was like, I don't think I'm paranoid. Like the timing was impeccable otherwise, you know what I'm saying? So that's why I kind of had like this really mean, like disposition, I guess, towards things, because there was a darker aspect that people didn't know about, that I didn't talk about, that happened behind the scenes, on top of like, you know, other personal information getting out, which personal information on my end was just me being naive and trusting people blindly. That's my fault. But the other stuff was kind of weird. It was definitely like cyber stalking for sure.
What I noticed about, like, you can see things so much more clearer now. Like, even though I've been friends with you through the whole good time and bad times type thing. Yeah. Have you noticed how clearer you can see things now, and you're thinking a lot clearer now than you were before? Because some of the things that you were saying back when you're having binges was kind of like crazy. Right.
No, and I was like, but I think what was happening was like I was literally like processing like. I think I wrote this to you the other day, where I was like, and I think Neri probably would totally recognize this too with my behavior, but it was like, because I was like, my sister said it to me the other night. She's like, we could put you in a crowd of people, and for whatever fucking reason, you will somehow gravitate to like the meanest people for whatever reason. And you know, it's like this magnet, right? And she's not wrong about that. And it's funny because when I stopped hanging out with Jimmer and Space and all that sort of like fell apart, and I just kind of like in my own space trying to figure it out without other people's opinions and stuff, yeah, like I got pretty messed up, right? And I think mostly when I was like going through that throw of addiction was like the self-sabotage of myself was just mostly mad at myself. Like I was just really pissed off at myself that I knew better, and I knew I saw the signs, and I just chose to ignore them, right? So I was mostly just pissed off at myself, if anything. But now I'm like, okay, well, we just accept the fact that you fucked up, made some bad decisions, trusted the wrong people, and now you know better, right?
Yeah, well, like obviously, it's an endless battle. Like you're smart enough to know that once an addict, always an addict, and it's every day. Every day is a new day. So and it's just because there was a while there. I think you were doing the shrooms as well or whatever, and they can certainly space you out. So I believe. And then you were going live, or you were jumping on panels and stuff. Remember? It's like, oh shit, Beck's out and about again.
Somebody let her off her leash. What is happening? I know, but I was like, but even Scotty made this comment on one of Granny Fanny's panels. She's like, like sometimes I just want to hop on panel and just like tear the shit out of somebody, or just fight club, right? But it gets like, it gets.
Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
It is girl things, but it's like, it gets, it gets old after a while. Like now I'm at the point where I'm like, I got it all out of my system.
Well, I remember Jessica and Amy used to say to me when we were all friends or whatever, they used to say, Casper, sometimes we just want to drag a bitch. They used to say that all the time. Like, sometimes we just want to drag a bitch.
Right?
Like, if they feel like someone deserves it,
Yeah, sometimes it's just your turn. Fuck off.
Yeah, well, I feel like that with space. Like every 6 months, like just pick on Casper month or something like that. Anyway, have you like seen? Have you watched that video of the blue house that she used to live in and got evicted from?
It was a house. It wasn't an apartment.
No. This is where people are getting a little bit confused. The latest one that they've been showing was actually the blue house, which Amy clarified was the one that she lived in before, not the apartment that she recently got kicked out of.
And the apartment was that? Well, because
the apartment was in a different place.
Was that not the elderly person?
Probably, yeah.
With the cigarette. Oh, okay,
yeah, I think so. I'm not like 100% of the timeline and all that sort of stuff.
We can totally go through that because, like,
have you seen that? Have you seen that? Because
I had to work yesterday and I skipped through.
Are you on your
PC?
Computer? Yeah. Okay, so at least you got half a chance to. Can you see that? Can you see that on your?
Yes, but I just have to say to Neri, no doubt, Neri, no doubt. No kidding. You should highlight Neri's comment. That's fucking funny.
I will.
Touche, Neri, touche.
That is funny.
I know. For fuck's sake, Jack. Get it together.
Neri helped me sort quite a few people out in understanding a few people. One of them being Limonade. Have a go at this, Beck. Look at this floor. Look at this. Oh my god. It may not show it, but there's.
Do you think they've cleaned before they've gone through there? Or
I think they've done a little bit. Yeah, I think they have done a little bit of cleaning. Maybe they couldn't even. Maybe they're just
showing you
look at that timber. Look at that timber, all scratched to shit by the dogs and the cats probably trying to get out.
Yeah, the only thing about this video is like you can't tell if that's like a hoarding condition or just your slob.
Yeah, I was thinking of all those situations too. Wow, at least there's curtains there. There's tinfoil on one of them. As long as the structure's good.
Oh, go back. Hold on. Go back for a second.
Go
Rewind
back to
like 2 seconds. Look at that door to the left. That's sad.
That one? Talking about that?
We keep playing, and then I'll tell you when to pause. Okay. Pause right there. Look at that.
But that's just lamination off the door. That's a wooden door with like it's a
Well, why
laminated
would
door
that
where it's
peel
just
like that?
it's just cats and dogs
Well,
probably
yeah, that's that.
trying to
Like
get out. Yeah.
either
So see the
tweakers are stuck in
scratchings.
there. Or
See the
whatever.
scratching on the wall on the other side there on the frame. That's not a person. That's an animal scratching there. But then that could have just been a cat scratching because they didn't have scratching poles or something.
I
I'll
gotta tell
continue
Becky
on.
Boo. Everybody has a superpower, Becky Boo. I'm the sociopath whisperer.
Hey, be honest, Beck. What was the only time? Probably since I've known you now for I don't know how long we've been talking. Quite a while, a year or two. When was the only time I ever had a go at you? Well, it was about Becky Boo, wasn't it?
You didn't even have a go at me. You just
No,
said,
I didn't. I did. I just said, look, Becky's one
no,
of
no,
my
you didn't.
subscribers.
All you said to me was, and I didn't remember because I was like pretty drunk that night. And all you said to me was, you know, I did you get mad at Becky Boo? And I was like,
Yeah.
did I? And then, and then I went to Betty Spaghetti, and I was like, Betty, did I? And Betty's like, yes, you did. And I was like, oh fuck, I gotta go back down. Yeah.
All right, yeah. Well, see, you don't even remember doing it or whatever. But I just thought like, oh no. I know both of you, and I know that you're both nice, and this shouldn't be happening.
Well, no, and I felt bad, and I like reached out to her privately too, and I was like, I'm fucking sorry. And even with Neri, I have to apologize too, but in a different way. Because with Neri, I was like mad because it's a little bit different story. Because with like I was mad at Nikki because she just wouldn't admit that like she participated in what happened to me with Robbie, right? Just say like, yeah, I did it. It's like, fine, just validate it, you know? I don't give a shit. But she wouldn't. And then Neri's like, I was getting mad at Neri because he's like, oh no, Nikki. And I was like, no. It's kind of like how I feel about like Allie Wrights, you know? I'm like, she deleted my channel. Nobody should ever ask me to be nice.
Yeah,
it's just not gonna happen.
Well, I gave up. Yes, I gave up on that. Yeah, I let you just feel the way you want to do about that because
you know, like if let's say
they were responsible.
Give a good example. If somebody nuked somebody's channel, you think you're gonna just be like, cool, thank you.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah, no, I agree.
Yeah.
All right, have a go at this, like where I've paused it here with the
So
bed
she left
base.
furniture there too, like just
abandoned
ship.
Yeah. But look at the base. The base
Shipwreck
is like,
Jess.
That's funny.
Abandoned ship.
The base is like directly on the floor. It doesn't even look like it's got like casters underneath it or anything. Anyway, so look at this. Have a go at what's in the corner here. It's fucking like something out of Alien. Look at that. Look at that floor. Look at the cigarette butts and like, oh my god, like it's just, oh my god, all the lacquer has come off.
Well, maybe that's from animals not being able to go to the bathroom.
They're all ants in there, but that floor would have been a naturally sanded.
Are those ants or are those bed bugs?
I think they're ants, to be honest.
Are you sure? They seem quite small.
Well, I can't be sure because I'm not from that country. I don't even know what kind of ants.
I've never heard you make it sound for.
See how like the lacquer on the floorboards back, like they would have looked really nice when she moved in. That floor that would have been really nice. And my sister's got these floorboards out at her house, right? And she's got heaps of dogs. And I can even see my sister's floorboards. Like the dogs, basically, they just wear the lacquer protective coating off after many years. Oh, look at those ants! You can see them. Actually,
but not if it's urine, like, and especially cat urine has like this type of like chemical in it where it can like.
Look, okay, tell me, Beck, what the hell is this? Is that like cobwebs that have just attracted like dust? I don't know what that is underneath it, but what's your opinion on that? Because I've watched these videos on other people's channel and I can't work out, like, it's just scary.
What is that? It's definitely
cobwebs, right?
Yeah, but it looks like dust has like
just accumulated in the cobwebs. It's just over time gotten like that.
So weird.
I don't know what that is underneath.
It's like a lube box.
Look at the drinks. Oh my god. She hadn't even finished. Look, why would you buy all these drinks and you never finish them? Like, I don't understand that. Like, you've just spent like money on takeaway
Actually,
food.
that is a sign of like with hoarding. It's that's definitely a sign of hoarding. It's like you don't like. Yeah, there's definitely mental illness there for sure.
Hey, it looks like there's still a little bit of life left in them flowers. What do you think?
Are we sure they're not fake?
I don't know. No, they look real because they're in water.
Did she steal them from a funeral home? Are they lilies?
Oh, yeah, good question.
Do we know how long she was living there for?
No, Amy would probably know. Amy's the one you got to ask. She's got all the details. I only listen to this. I don't participate in obtaining any of this stuff.
Yeah, those are. Oh, yeah, aren't those No, they're lilies. I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, I think they're lilies, aren't they? See how they're in the water. So.
Well, then how long has she evacuated ship for?
Well, this could be we could be talking just days after she left this, but this is back. I think they said something like. That was 2024, maybe.
How do we know that this is her? Like, how did this get
found? Because it is the Blue House that that Amy tried to have a processor. I think they call them processors. Deliver a paperwork to Jess, right? It was at this house. She's got all the pictures from the outside. The processor sent her pictures, and this is the place. And it's also something on the wall. On the wall here that you might, as we progress in this video, excuse me, got hiccups, that you see something on the wall that it looks like Jess has put something up on the wall. And that wouldn't be just a random thing, Beck. Like when you see the wall, you'll see, okay, well, that's pretty ordinary. That's just a little closet with something flying in it.
Oh, no.
See that gaming chair? Amy said that that Jess said one time that she brought Mark a new gaming chair and she showed her a picture and she said that's the gaming chair. Like it lines up, the picture lines up perfectly. So that's just another thing. Look at the aircon in the window with no surround around it that I can see. How does that work? Oh, there's some like paint. Maybe she didn't get to finish the paint job. Such a nice color.
Clearly not. No. This was going to be my YouTube studio.
Yeah. Oh, just a bit of paint on the floor. It's okay. No one's going to know.
Something clearly happened where she just abandoned ship like that. Like, no, you don't leave your belongings like that.
Well, she didn't. There was a heap of Hello Kitty stuff, which also is a giveaway that it's Jess's place because, there. Have you seen that? So the feeling is here is that top letter is an M, right? She was married to a fellow called Mark. And then there's 3 little things. So it could be like Mark, fuck you, Jess, or whatever. Or maybe Mark did fuck you, Jess, and then she added the M on the top. I don't really know. There was speculation what that could mean. What's your opinion on that one?
I think that's her writing. I think that's her talking to herself.
Yeah, okay. Good point. I'll continue.
Dudes don't write like that.
Yeah, you're probably right. I do it in all caps.
You should show your like do the ABCs, and I bet you they look like chicken scratch.
Well, if I did that on the wall, right? If I did that on the wall, like fuck you, Beck, I do it all in capitals. That's just me.
Yeah, but that's like a chick rating. Like the dudes don't like.
Good point.
Yeah.
Good point. That's why I want your opinion on this. Yeah.
Yeah.
There was a heap of Hello Kitty stuff somewhere too that they recognize, but I see this is a nice copy of the.
Maybe she was tweaking.
Heck, look at the scratching. Tell me what you think of this. Let's go back. Have a go at the back of this wall. It's on back of this door. You only see it quickly. I'm going to pause on it. Look at that. Look at the scratchings on that back of that door. And how high up the scratchings are. Cats?
That's dogs.
Dogs. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Definitely dogs.
She had medium-sized dogs, so that makes sense.
Which is sad because if they were scratching that hard, like either she was like plainly ignoring them, or alternatively she was like passed out so hard from some type of something that she just wasn't there.
There's talk of that. There's talk of that as well, but I don't have any proof. So there's speculation that she was on coke as well, but I don't understand that.
Well,
don't know.
I would. That to me, this looks like a total like tweaker house for sure.
All right, here we go. What's in this another room? What's that? A bed head or something? I don't know. Oh yes. So she had the makings of putting the bed together, but she just left the base and mattress on the ground in the other room instead of putting the bed head and the end on. I don't know what
Well,
that
see, I
is.
think too. There's like this other weird thing. Like, she seemed like pretty obsessed with YouTube, like, and
Is that hello? Is that the
online.
Hello Kitty stuff they were talking about? No, it's just the decorative stuff. It's all pretty much crap. That's probably why she left it. She just didn't want it.
Well, or the animals peed on it, so it's useless.
Oh. Look at the lino. I understand the lino. Look at that. Look at that, Beck. She's got a few Newports in there. Oh, they're all empty.
If anybody ever makes fun of me about smoking again, I'm gonna fucking stab them in the face.
Okay,
I smoke
fair enough.
outside. My cigarette butts go in a canister. They get tossed out at the end. Like no.
Can I just say, any lurkers, whatever? Like, I don't have anybody blocked because I just don't really hate anybody. So if like Amy or Granny Franny or anyone, or I know Scardy's a friend, so if she would come in, you're welcome to talk in the chat. That you're not blocked. So I just wanted to add that. Hey, what do you think of that? Do you what's Newport? Is that a strong cigarette? Beck, is that
We
Canadian
don't have them
or
here in Canada, but I have
okay?
had Marlboros before. They're not my favorite. They have like a kind of like a weird like cigar taste to them.
Yeah.
Okay,
Okay.
I have to mute for a second because I gotta go say goodnight to the boyfriend. I'll be right back.
No. All right. Say hi to Mike for me.
I will. One sec. I'll be right back.
Okay. I will pause that till she gets back. So oh, hang on. Let's just show this. What I'm really slack with putting up comments. Sorry, guys. It's an M with a 4 marks before is Mark. Arc for Mark. Yep. Like she was saying, "Fuck you" to him, and people were saying he wasn't with her at this point. Yes, I'm going to agree that Jess wrote that. Now that I've got Beck's opinion on the writing and stuff, I'm going to agree with that. So, if only they still had Marlboro Miles should have a canoe. I'm not sure what that means. What if you smoke like enough, you can get a canoe? That's funny. Why would you like? I don't understand. Like, I understand if you live poorly in the sense that like you're lazy and you're fat and you just like get takeaway and stuff. Like, I kind of get it because it's like it's really hard to get off um, that that bad eating habit sort of thing. But why would you collect rubbish? I don't understand why you would collect rubbish. Um, God, I don't know. I'm just so different in the sense like I have like a what I call like a kitchen tidy, like a little bin, like a little bin in my room here, right next to me in my desk. Just for putting like empty packets and stuff like that. And I have to like I empty that like I don't put food scraps or anything in it, but if I just put like packets and stuff of stuff like just stuff that doesn't smell whatever. I if I don't empty that like at least like once a week or when it gets full, mum will just come in and buddy empty it and we continuously empty the kitchen tidy all the time because when you put your food scraps and stuff in there, it attracts like midgies and stuff, like little bugs and stuff and that, and we're always taking the rubbish out because it's just like they smell like it. Like who? Surely nobody wants your rooms to smell like. For me, I'm in a fairly big room. I made 2 rooms into one when I moved in here when I bought this house, and I know I'm gonna have to change it back one day if I sell. But for now, I have 2 rooms made into one. And being a guy, like what I do every day, I air my room out every day when I'm not here. So I'll crank the fan up and I'll open the windows and just air it all out so that it's nice all the time. And then also if I feel like, I like to burn those candles. I've got sandalwood at the moment in this little candle, and I'll put the candle on like for an hour, make the room smell nice. how anyone, like, how could you sustain that? How could you sustain living in that environment for any length of time? I don't understand. It's like you purposely trashed it. And why would you collect that shit? I don't understand. Obviously, it's a condition. Um, it's a condition that Jess really needs to, like. I'm not even like gonna be anywhere near kind of like mean as probably what Amy's got some reasons. Though I do have to admit, Amy does have some reasons because Jess went after her. Like reported her her business, which is there at that time. Mind you, that's another story about their business. But um, at that point, obviously, like to go real life and try to damage your livelihood so that you don't have money is that's pretty low. That's going hard. So anything Amy does in return, I can't even though Amy and I don't get along, I can't fault her on it. If I was in her position, it's like, I wouldn't let someone get away with that. So, let's have a look at chat. What's his? Just definitely actual jeans and rubbed in it. Well, that's allegedly. um, Someone in crises, yeah. Uh, what's that one? Yeah, that's what she's saying. It cause a fire. Yeah, fire risk, definitely. Yeah. I heard talking about fire risk. Here in Australia, I read some articles about like how we were helping our Aboriginals, right? So they would go and build them these undercover. Oh, I don't know what you want. They're not called. I wouldn't call them a house. They were like shacks or whatever. Like they were like somewhere because they were like living on the land. I think they wanted to build them something so that they could get out of like bad weather and stuff. So um thank you, Beck. No, I'm not feral. I like to be very I like to be very clean, and I get upset like I have to work on tidying my room all the time because I just collect so much stuff. I got so much stuff in my room. So anyway, we would build them these I will call them shacks, whatever. But but they would want to go inside, right, in bad weather. So what they do is, and I saw them because I used to knew someone that used to go and have to do repairs to these shacks, and this to drive them crazy because what these Aborigines would do was they would just pull all the bloody cabinetry out and start a fire inside because that's what they know. They would build a fire inside and then just burn everything inside. So eventually just burn the places down. I mean, that's what I heard and read articles on it, but um the ash. Oh, Becky. So that's to be fair. Okay. Oh, it's a thing, is it? The gene ashing. Don't know. I was just saying to Beck the other day. I said, Beck, why are we friends? She goes, "What the fuck are you talking about, Casper?" I said, Beck. I said, I said, I don't I don't particularly like smokers. I mean, my mum smokes. Don't get me wrong, but I would never date someone who smokes, right? And I have like a little bit of a phobia with the alcohol because of I grew up in with my stepfather's family all being drinkers, and obviously sometimes it always led to arguments and fights and stuff like that. So I grew up kind of like that, and then when I was old enough like to drink myself, I only ever have like one or two drinks, and then sometimes it causes headaches because I get a lot of headaches, and alcohol is a trigger, believe it or not, for headaches. So as long as I mix it with food, I could have a beer with a nice steak meal, I'll be fine, no issues. Um, but I can't like just go and have like I go to the club play pokies, and a lot of my friends there, they drink all night. They drink all night, and then they get a little bit rowdy, but we're in a public place, so it's not too bad. It's worse if you go to someone's house and they're drinking because they end up they kind of end up being more foolish. when they're in their own environment, but when they're out, they kind of got to behave because they know they'll get kicked out. But they just drink. They'll drink like 6 or 7, 8 beers. If I drank 6 or 7, 8 beers, I would be passed out. I would be like throwing up. You'd have to hold my hair in the toilet bowl, that type of thing. Even though I have short hair, but you know what I mean. I saw you stuck
when
back,
I was
mate.
Casper, when I was at my worst, I was drinking like a fucking 2 sticks of rye and like 8 beers and shots, and oh my god. Sometimes I'd be on like a 48-hour bender, like just, and I think it's because of my ADHD. Like it's just different for me. Like most people would pass out, but not me. No. I'll just create drama with my own self. I'll fight myself if I have to. You know.
You haven't got Mike off the booze yet, eh? It's not going to happen.
No, definitely not. That's what took me so long. I was like, oh dear.
Yeah.
No. I mean, I'm not totally off of it. Like I've cut down to.
I understand. Yeah. It's
once a week. But I'm actually like, but it's not. I'm not drunk anymore. Like I'm not like. What's the best?
I bet you're making better decisions though, the majority of the time.
Well, no, I finally like got my shit together. I figured out what I'm going to do for school. I figured out like what I'm going to do with my shit, and I finally got my shit together. And yeah, it's been helpful. Like, I don't know, it's weird. I started, people like, I don't know why. Like my whole life, I've had to feel shameful for like being very spiritual. I guess, like it's like a, but I've always been that way. Like it's like a strong thing for me. Like I've always like. Had this very like strong thing, and like since I started reading the Bible recently, it helped me without going to therapy, because I can't afford the therapy that I need. I've just been reading it like every day, like so I have like a little like thing in front of my door in the morning where it's like remember to like do these things before you like start your day, which is like read this and start this, and just to sort of like prioritize my day so that my mind isn't like wandering all over the place all the time, because that's usually what it was like. I'd wake up in the morning and I'd just sit there, have a cup of coffee, turn on the TV, turn on YouTube, and then I would just be all over the place. But now it's like, okay, we'll do this and then do this, and there's my to-do list and this is what I got to do, and it's sort of helped me like put things into perspective, I guess, of like what I need to prioritize and what's important to me, and just seeing things, I guess, in a different light, I suppose.
Yeah.
Which I mean, I'm not preaching to anybody because I think everybody's different. It's been working for me.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, everyone is different. Everyone deals with it differently. All right, let's just finish this video because I wanted to talk I wanted to talk about because I got another story to tell about the fake baby thing. So I want to finish this video first. But
I wasn't even around for the fake baby thing.
Tell me. Oh, it's interesting. Tell me to pause if you want to see anything in particular. I'll just start this up here from the Newports.
I'm just so shocked there's a video connected to this.
Oh, there's more coming.
Like what a world we live in.
You want to tell me?
I think to myself, what a wonderful world.
Beck, you know what they're trying? They're trying to get the body cam footage of her arrest, which I think is freely accessible in the States. I'm not saying they're doing anything wrong, but I haven't seen it yet, and I don't know if Scar thinks.
Well, that's when you know you're in low tier trauma. We know this chick. She's not the bone collector from Pennsylvania, but she's an animal bone collector on her own.
Okay, let me continue on with this. Oh, okay, what's this? Broom closet. In her defense, right, this looks like a very, very, very old house. In her defense, right? So it's very old.
Yeah, like the linoleum's from the 70s. It's just crap.
The toilet was not as bad as I expected.
Oh, but there was a disabled person living there. Definitely.
which would have been her mother, I think. I think her mother moved into the apartment. I don't know. That might have been for her. That might have been for Jess. I mean, I don't know.
I took a shower or something.
I've seen worse. I've seen worse bathrooms, I gotta admit.
I feel like they've cleaned a bit though.
Oh, that looks like mold. That's not good. Wouldn't be okay.
I don't know if that would have been from her or just the age of the house though in that
Possibly,
situation.
Yeah. No.
Like if the bathroom doesn't have like proper like ventilation,
Correct.
fan, right?
Correct.
Where does she live? Like what state?
Georgia.
Oh yeah, so it would be like humid and hot and gross.
Somewhere around Gainesville.
Maybe they filmed Walking Dead there.
Oh, really?
Well, they did in Georgia.
Okay. Should have used his house.
So we got that far, and then we were like, "Fuck painting, fuck it."
Yeah, we didn't quite finish the paint job.
I can't bother with the walls and the doors. I don't care.
Why would she paint it? You can't even paint the wall. You can't paint the walls of someone else's house without permission. All right,
you know what?
It.
You want to hear a funny story? So, my grandmother gives my mother this like fucking weird sewing thing that she started like back in like 1958 or something, and I'm looking at it, and it's like a fucking like basically like this quilt of psychosis. Like it's fucked. And I said to my mom, and I was like, she wants you to fix this? And she's like, yeah. And I was like, it is literally like her psychosis, like in format. And that's kind of what you're watching here, like with Jess, like something clearly happened, like while she's painting that room, something clearly has like stopped for whatever reason. Something has like prevented it from continuing. You know what I mean? Like it's like watching somebody's psychosis in action. Like it's weird that it would just stop like that and not be finished.
Yeah. Well, there was a little bit of paint left in that tin, but would have been all dried up.
Oh,
all
no,
right, let me tell you a little
story. Does paint turn to rubber?
Hey?
Does paint turn to rubber like when it dries, or does it like harden like cement?
It's like a top on it. It kind of like dries a top over it, and sometimes if you leave the lid off it, sometimes you can like peel that top part off, like a skims the top, like it dries out, and then there is still goodness underneath you can use. But if you leave it at like open like that, and there's only like, I don't know, less than a quarter of 4 liters left or something, it will just dry out. Basically, it'll be useless. And depends whether it was oil based or water based too.
Can I stop you for 1 second? Because Deadly Queen said something here.
Yeah, what do you want?
She said, I have a friend who punishes herself with the grog her husband unalived himself in the kitchen for her to find. She cries most days, and the trauma is too much. So, you know, like when I was in like the thick of my like worst addiction ever, like, and I've come out of a lot of addiction pretty much unscathed, but this time was pretty bad. That was me. Like it was like every day, like I was just like constantly like reliving this like nightmare. And it was like, and it wasn't, you know, it was just like this breaking point of like so much shit that just like accumulated. And I can totally relate to that comment. Like I hope she's okay, because that sucks, because I can definitely relate to like how because I think I've told you this too, Casper, like in voice messages where I'm like, you know, I can go for like therapy, and I've done it multiple times, but the problem with me with therapy is, one, I read a lot. Two, a lot of these people, like they're nowadays, I wouldn't say in the previous, because I have like when I was younger I met really good therapists, like older ones, but now it's like a lot of these like psychiatrists or psychologists or whatever, they're like textbook smart, but they don't have the like experience to back up what they think they've read. So just because you read it doesn't mean you actually like understand it. So when you're like in there, it's like they really don't know. Like I had one therapist tell me that I was so self-aware that there was nothing wrong with me, and I was like, no, I'm pretty sure there's something fucking wrong with me. And she was
Yeah.
like, you're very aware of it. And I was like, well, that doesn't help my situation that I'm aware of it. That might make it worse, actually. I don't know.
Yeah.
You know? So
Yeah.
I hope your friend's okay, Deadly Queen. That sucks.
Yeah. That's fucking awful. Yeah, you don't know everyone's story. That's what this partly is what I'm kind of like getting to tonight in regards to Jess K. I really back then I look back on knowing her in 2020 and then 2023 or something, and I really had no fucking idea how she lived. It was not. It was never portrayed across either privately or even on YouTube, or like no one. I don't think anyone knew. I don't even think Amy knew how Jess K lived. And when I look back on it now, I'm like, oh shit! Like we were just so different. So back in I think it was 2023, she came back again. So she went away and then she came back, right?
Well, that's just
And
she came back with all like I'm going to reveal the truth to the community.
yes, that's right. The series,
Right.
the famous series that she did, right? Well, when she first started doing these, I was at that time. At that time, I was, I still am. I was friends with Amber, and Amber said to me, "Oh, I think it was Amber that told me Jess has come back or whatever, and she wants to be." This is a joke. She wants to be truthful, and she wants to, tell the truth about everything in the past. And I'm like, well, okay. I said, can't really knock anyone who wants to tell the truth and straighten
Are
out
you
certain.
sure that was 2023? Could that have been 2022 or 2021?
Uh,
Because I feel like that's why Space and I had our fallout, was because I was so pissed that she was
I
talking this
can't.
shit.
I'm not 1,000% sure if Amy was here or in the chat or wanted to clarify it. Like she would know, but my memory is not great. And when I leave chat, if I leave a chat or whatever, I don't keep any records, and I don't you know I don't know, I just don't remember. Maybe it's just not that important. But anyway, let's just say when she came back to do the series, right? She started. Amber was in a chat with her at some stage, and there was others in the chat, and there was another lady in the chat that I'm friends with. That I don't want to mention her name. I'll tell you privately. Um, and and I wasn't in the chat to begin with, but Amber was telling me like, oh, she seems like she wants to tell the truth about things, and I said, well, you can never. I don't see how you can ever go wrong with just telling the truth and telling your side of the story, because other people tend to tell your story and twist it around so that you look bad and they look good. It happens a lot on YouTube. So I said, okay. So I started listening to some of these episodes or whatever. She did quite a lot of them from what I hear. I think a couple of them might have had me in them too. I can't remember. And so eventually I joined this chat back. I don't remember how. Someone added me. So I would be in this chat, in this Hangouts or whatever. And I think it was Hangouts at that time. And she seemed like she wanted to do the right thing, but then I started to, there's a few little comments here and there, and then she tells people, actually, sorry, this was before I joined the chat. She was telling the girls that she was pregnant, and I heard about it, and I'm like, oh my god! Like my initial thought was I was so happy for her, because I knew from the previous chat many years earlier that her and Mark were having trouble conceiving, and they couldn't do it. But, like they were trying.
You know what? That's funny you mentioned that, because when you're talking about the fake baby thing,
Yeah.
there is a movie on, I can't remember if it's like Netflix or Paramount, but it's called The Servant, where this woman has a baby, and then by accident, when her husband leaves for a while and she's like overwhelmed, she leaves the baby in the car and falls asleep on the couch, like forgets. And it's a really hot day and the baby passes away, and then she kind of blocks it out of her mind and like goes sort of like comatose. So they use like a one of those babies to sort of like kind of bring her back to life a little bit to like get her to like come back. But when you said that about the fake baby thing, it sort of just like triggered something where I was like, to me it seems like she's kind of like living like two realities. Like it's
very complex.
yeah, like I would say social media has complexed it. Like I would say like in the beginning when I first came on YouTube and we were all fighting and on YouTube together and trolling each other, whatever, like I would be up for days and like making videos and having a good time, and like that consumed me for like hours a day. Like it really did. Like sometimes I'd even be driving and I'd find a fucking song that came on the shuffle. I'd be like, oh, this would be so good to rip up to this video, blah, blah, blah. Like my mind would be like so focused on it that it was bizarre. So then that's when I was like, okay, like you need to like pull out of this a little bit, right? Like you got to be able to still take care of your like real life versus this life. You got to be able to like separate it, right? But I think sometimes people can't, like, and then if you already have like overwhelming mental illness on top of that, which I do, but I think Jess is very different. I don't know if she's always come from poverty or always struggled in a very intense way, but she's sort of like, yeah, it seems sad.
So I joined this chat, after she told the girls in the chat that she was pregnant, and everyone was congratulating this and that. And then when I joined the chat, obviously congratulated her and said, wow, I remember from the past you've really been trying, blah, blah, blah. So she goes on, this chat goes on for a few months, whatever. And the ladies they may have been talking privately as well, but they started to getting a little bit sus because she wasn't providing, like she wasn't answering the questions normally and she wasn't showing anything. And then if she did show something, it appeared to be fake and stuff. So it was very sus even at that point. And then I remember Amber talking to me privately and saying, Casper, I don't even think this exists. And I'm like, oh no, like fuck. I said, I don't know this lady. I don't know. How do you know? If she said you take people from on their word, but it doesn't mean it's correct. But I mean, why would you come up with something like this? So after a while, I just got frustrated with the whole thing, and I thought I don't want to be part of this. And I remember I said to Amber, I said, look, I'm gonna leave that chat. I said I'm not even liking some of the series she started doing was like she just started turning quite mean and stuff and going like it wasn't being truthful. It was a way of just dragging someone. She wasn't doing what she said she was going to do, because she always starts off like she says she does, and then she gets in and then she changes the whole thing. And that's what that seemed to me. That's what she was doing.
My best views on like when I was doing well was when I dragged the fuck out of people. That was like my best views.
Yeah, but okay, let me tell you something about it. See, this is where I'm in a really weird spot. So people would love to have you on. Like I'll give you an example. What's his face? Alex. Alex loved having you on when you were shit-faced, because it brings people in. People like seeing people go crazy. People like seeing people dragging people.
Where's the train wreck going today?
Yeah, train wreck. Yeah, exactly. That's what they want to see. They want to see train wreck. That's why they loved May. That's why they loved Limonade. It's all the same. Whenever someone's a little bit crazy and going off, that's what people want to see. And yet, see, me, so then you get stuck in this like weird. But me being your friend, I would be messaging you saying, "Fuck, stop this, stop it! Like, I don't want to see you do this."
And there's like so many people that I talk to, like privately, like, and everyone who ends up in that capacity, we all end up like really embarrassed afterwards, being like, "Fuck me," like we've all done it, right? Not everyone, but like some of us, right? And we all hate it, but we do it again anyway. We're like, oh, fuck.
Once it's out there forever. You know what I'm saying?
Which is true, but I think that like, it's like, I think people like to think that they have something on you, but like, look at the Epstein files. It's a good example of having everything on everybody and nothing happening. You know what I mean? Like, you can think about everything. But I find like people people don't want the good guys to win, right? Like they want to see the dark. They want to see the shitty side. They want to see like this you know, and I think Jessica K sort of like, and especially like being around, like I remember Space Monster saying to me once about Jim or Misery, whatever, and she was like, you know, you just got to take a page out of his playbook and just fucking, you know, hit him behind the knees and take him out and be ruthless. And I just, you know, I mean, when I'm drunk, like even in real life, I can be I can be fucking ruthless for sure. Like you don't want to fuck with me, and when I'm drunk in real life, that's not a good thing. But you have to like really like push me, and I feel like sometimes if I've gone off on this platform, I might have taken it out on the wrong people, but I don't necessarily mean to do that. It's just that it's like so much shit has happened that I never got to speak about. And I know even, and I will give Space some like credit to this. She said like, I just, you know, because, you know, Neri said it too, like Jimmer is a narcissist, and he didn't want me on anywhere. Like I couldn't talk anywhere. But yet he was following me and in every video I made on every channel I had. And I know that now. So he knew I was like doing what I was doing, but he played like these two different roles. And I was like, that's so weird to me. Because even though I can be who I can be sometimes, and I'll own that person, that personality, I guess, at the same time, I'm not like the worst out there, right? But nobody wants like nice Beck, because nice Beck isn't fun. You know what I mean? Do you really want like Mennonite Beck?
I don't know. I think nice Beck is a lot smarter.
That is true. That is true. I will agree.
Here's this thing you sent me, Beck.
Yeah, so I took this screenshot from Granny Fanny's chat because I thought this was hilarious. Because I was like, I had to go back and like screenshot it because it was like, what is this? So
yeah,
like,
I'm still looking at it, to be honest.
I know, and it's like there's Jay. So okay, I guess that's Jessica, and then you're
middle,
like,
yeah.
and then you're looking, and you're like, what is that? Like, is it Mick to J? Like, what does that say with the area? Like, Jamie fights with Misery.
She's got, hang on, if you start from the middle, she goes out to the very first step, which she's saying is Mensa. So
Yeah.
Mensa, so from Mensa, she branches out to all these people. Like,
well, I'm glad you're the fucking retard whisperer.
so she reaches out, like it branches out to Amber, Sabrina. I don't know what that 8 a.m. is.
I don't know who Sabrina is.
Ginger, Jamie, Kay, and Laura. I know.
Is that where it starts from?
I know Ginger Ninja. I know Amber. Obviously, Jamie's Limonade. I assume.
Well, then maybe that's not wrong because then maybe,
and also Jess and Amy. Obviously, yeah. Sorry, I missed that right in the corner. So from there, she goes two
Amy
ways.
and Jess is attacked by Misery trolls. Like who attacked you? I've been attacked by all of the trolls. Every one of them.
JB and Granny Fanny, I assume. So yeah, and then Jay disappears, and then Mensa come back, and then she's also got Bam there, and Jay talks on Misery, trolls with help. Talks to Jay. Jamie fights. So we go the Jamie route. Jamie's got two going off. And Jamie talks to Straight the record or whatever it was.
Yeah, Set the Record Straight guy.
Set the record straight. Yeah, Andrea, Norman, Roger, Leslie, Mensa, and then Jamie fights with Misery. That's where I came in. Talks to Jay.
That's where he gets the Brits from.
Interesting. It's interesting.
Like,
I'd like to see you continue on with this. This is like just like the beginning where she's kind of like summarizing it, but I think there's a lot more to it than that. But Misery trolls me. No, Misery trolls something our trolls. I don't know what that is. Trolls. People. Oh, then she goes, going back to the Mensa, had Mensa problems, and then she goes, now people hate Amy and Jess. So this whole thing, where'd you get this from? Did Jessica show this or?
No, Amy and Granny Fanny posted it.
Oh, Amy and Granny Fanny showed this. Okay,
Yeah.
okay, fair enough, fair enough.
Yeah, and I was like, this is like it's not even cohesive. Like, what is happening here?
What do you like? Forget about the actual individual things, but what does this whole thing tell you about her thinking?
That she's very self-absorbed.
Is Neri still here? I'd like Neri to have a look at that.
Yeah, she's very self-absorbed because like when I've thought about like this whole, what happened with, so Jess was like, I'm gonna make a documentary on Watts Island. The thing about what happened with the Watts case was that we had these like people, and nobody can tell me for 1 second that there wasn't some type of collusion going on, because usually the most simplest explanation is the easiest route to go. And there was like this weird like controlled opposition going on where there was like Critical K, there was Molly Golightly, there was J for Justice, there was Jamie, like Limonade, who was just doing her own little thing, who ended up getting involved. There was Starlight. There was so many people from Boyd, from everywhere. All these different like drama communities that like entered into this trauma community at the same time, right? And then it just like delved into this deep matter, and I, being the fucking ignorant idiot that I am, was like, oh, like I'll just go on a live stream and da 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 da, thinking it's like, we're talking about true crime. Meanwhile, it turns into like this huge drama sphere of bullshit. And this to me, like when I look at this, I was like, this to me just means like she, like, I don't know if she just like felt like she was like a really like intense player. Because like, if when you listen to her short videos on her channel, like this is not somebody who, this isn't, it's somebody who like wants to be something but can't be that person. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
In my opinion, like she made this comment on one of her videos. I rewrote it actually. It took me 1 second to rewrite it. So she says, breathing mediocre words and exhaling ignorance. And I'm like, wouldn't it be more like breathing ignorance and exclaiming words of mediocrity? I don't know. But she wants to so badly be like an intellectual, and I feel like maybe she gave up her principles, which is why she was so, intense on masking them, I guess, like masking her shortcomings.
There's a comment for you there.
Thank you, Neri. Well, and I've been thinking about it. So, like, I've been saving a bunch of stuff because I've been seeing so much stuff online lately. Like the rabbit hole of Erica Kirk really interests me right now. So I'm like way over there. And then I've also been like watching like these meteor showers that have been happening all over the world that I'm super interested in. And I'm like, I've just been saving all these links because I was like, I don't even care if there's like 10 people in the chat. I just kind of want to like put this stuff out there, and maybe like a bigger person might pick it up and like go with it and see what happens with it, just to like get it out there. Because like there is some crazy stuff going on. Like right now in Canada, there was Mark Carney was like endorsing Trump going after Iran, but then he's been like walking it back the last couple of days. But then I realized that I was on Facebook like 3 weeks ago, where there was these like lights showing up in the sky in Saskatchewan in this page that I'm on. And everybody's like, are those UFOs? Are those UFOs? And then I looked it up, and it's actually like they were doing military Air Force training, night training in Saskatchewan on February 24th for like 15 days right before the Iranian thing happened. And I was like, don't tell me that our prime minister didn't know what was going on. Conspiracy theory Beck, Yeah. But I like talking about that stuff. But I was like, drama. I was like, what am I going to talk about?
Yeah. No, that's
If I do, I have to be super drunk to tell somebody they have a prolapsed anus, and they're probably a sex worker. Okay.
No, you don't have to be super drunk. But I know what you're saying. If you're not doing something dramatic or whatever, like you just don't, nobody comes, like it's different today. I just wanted to have a chat with you. This was the best way to do it. But like that'd be the case if I jumped on and I was just talking about something about Australia. No one cares. Like, no one's interested. You got to be like yelling your fucking head off at someone and going off. Like if I want to like Spacey will do something to me or whatever. If I jump up and I start trashing space for an hour or whatever, I'll get people to come in and listen and they'll laugh at it. But I don't want to do that.
But there's nothing like, there's no like, I mean, it does definitely get you views, but there's no longevity in it, right? Like,
no,
there just isn't.
There's not really any point about it. I'm not interested in fighting with people. It's just
like, I used to love, like, when I was sad to me, I used to
laugh at
love ripping up videos that sad to me. Like, I loved it. In fact, I would probably do that again for free. It was fun.
I can't believe it. Hey, Beck, I wasn't talking to you then, but when you went on Ghostbusters and you basically you gave yourself up, right? Basically, you gave yourself up. You should have seen
months later, though.
You should have seen, but you should have seen how quickly that word got around. It got back to me so quickly, like that you were sad to me, like you wouldn't believe it.
Did people really not know it was me, though? Like, honestly,
no, they didn't. No, they didn't. They suspected. Some people suspected, but no one really knew. So,
I love it. I just thought it was so much fun because it was just like, it was just like taking the piss out of somebody, right? But it was like joking, you're not serious.
Talking about alts, you know what I find really funny, and Becky might remember this. I don't know where Space is these days or whether she's still around, whatever. But she used to do lives, right? And whenever anyone, like this was sent to me, whenever anyone would come in as an alt and say something like fucking like something funny or something stupid or try to troll, Space would go, "Oh, that's Casper. That's Casper. I recognize Casper's writing." So funny. I wasn't even there. Like I'd have to watch the replay to even fucking listen to it. And it's just so funny. She got so paranoid. She thought every alt was me.
Well, you know what's super funny is like sometimes like there's somebody who like
in someone's head.
I don't know who it is, but somebody like replicates Rev's Nikki from time to time, like Nikki.
Oh, do they?
And it's hilarious because they're like it's like, you know, because sometimes like when Nikki like jumps on panel, and I love her, she's my friend, so like totally no disrespect. But whoever this person is like nails it. We're to the point where I'm like texting her and I'm like, dude, are you in the chat right now? It's like you.
So what do they do? They just put fire on the whole Nikki Rev thing. Is that the whole point?
But even just the way they talk and like the language that they use and how they do it is so bang on, and I'm like, it's so to the point that I'm like,
what, do they say like, "I love this journey for you, you fucking crackhead," something like that?
We'll get that pig again.
I love when Nikki goes off like on Rev, like it's funny. I'm sorry, I can't stop laughing.
It's funny, like, because then I'll be like texting her, like, Nikki, I'm like, are you there right now?
Endless fucking voicemails. It's gonna stop. Like she's been saying it for 5 years. It's gonna stop. Like I've got to put an end to it, and it never stops.
No, I mean I get it too. Like sometimes you're just so angry. Like I think, like, you know, especially for me, like with the Jimmer shit, like holy fuck, like to have the wool pulled over your eyes and like to be, you know, like I was being naive for sure, but I was also being like trusting and honest, right? So I don't feel like those are terrible qualities that I should have to ignore about myself in order to like be a good person, right?
I liked it when Nikki and Kate were friends, right? Because they lived like at one point they lived like fairly close to each other, and they used to hang out with each other, and then they had a falling out, unfortunately, and now hate each other.
Yeah, I don't even really know what happened there at all, like at all.
Sure.
But then again, like I don't ask personal questions about people's shit because I was like, that is the last thing I want to know or be involved in or talk shit or nothing. Like, don't tell me shit. I don't want to know. Because it's just like, but yeah, like even with going back to with
do you remember? I'm gonna expose something now because it's been years. you remember? Yeah, I just remembered because something Becky just said. Do you remember there was a under the bus? And it used to like. Do you remember that? And it used to say the most funniest shit. Do you remember that?
Yeah.
Do you know? You want to know who that was?
Who?
It was Claire Bear. Yeah. Because she retired it. She didn't want to do it anymore, which is fine. But she used to say the fucking funniest comments.
No, I know. Like, that's what I miss about it. It's like it was really, really fun for a while until it got like, I don't know, like there was just at some point it just like, I think it was pretty much like once like it got really ugly, where it was like, you want me to like hurt myself, like there's something that you're pushing, and people wouldn't know this because it wasn't like on live streams, and clearly I wasn't on live streams for people to see this, but there was some shit going on that was like, it was clear to me that I was like, what the fuck is this? Like, what is happening right now? And I like, that's the part of it that I can't get behind, because like it's definitely given me like a push to like realize that, like, I guess maybe I'm different. I can't separate the internet that way, because I do know that a lot of young people live on the internet now. So I can't, well, I can do that because I lived off the internet, most of my Gen X life. Yeah. My children and your children and their children are not going to be living offline. So I have like this weird ethics thing that pisses me off with it, and it just drives me mad.
Right.
Like the Jessica K thing. Like, you're doing all this shit, but meanwhile you're you're harming yourself, and you're harming others, and you're harming animals, right?
Yeah, well, we haven't even really touched on that, but I don't know where I saw it on my feed somewhere. I don't know if anyone in the chat saw it, but someone put an article up where they found animal bones in the yard of that house that I showed. So it might have been even worse than what people thought. So there's people that if there's articles online, anyone can Google it. There's articles online. If you Google her name and animal charges or just animal cruelty or something, it'll just come straight up. There's heaps of articles on.
Well, and then I guess like the bigger question on that is, like, is this like a mental illness of like depersonalization, or what's the other one? There's like ones where like there's a few like different levels of that mental illness, but then I would say, but then also when you can do that to animals, that is like the stages of like, sociopathy and psychopathy, right? As well.
Well,
yeah, derealization. Thank you.
You mentioned something to me this morning that was made me thinking. So there's people that will take animals in because there's nowhere for them to go. People are giving them up. You can't give the we call it RSPCA. I don't know what you call it over there. You did mention it to me.
The SPCA.
But yeah, they won't take them, or they can't take them, or whatever. And then so you end up with, 7 cats or something that you're trying to make sure that they survive. Well, what do you call somebody who maybe in Jess's position, who maybe took animals in with good intentions, but then they perished, they died because either you didn't look after them.
There's a big difference there, because like you can just tell by like with her, like her purchasing the drinks on the thing. Like when I was, when Robbie was making fun of me for not having electricity, and I'll be honest about it, I don't give a shit. Nobody can fucking do shit. I'm over it. But like,
I laughed about the extension cord. I must admit,
it is funny though. I mean, literally though, like, when I look back on it, I'm like, fuck, how did I live through that shit? That's intense. But like when I look back on it, I was like, I was coming off opiates. I had no electricity. They said I stole it from my neighbor, but actually my neighbor was on welfare, and he was like, no, take some electricity. I don't give a shit. I don't pay the bill. So he would just let me use it. And then it was during like -30 winter. So I had like it was the worst like year of my life. Like, I'm not even kidding you. Like, it was the awfulest. So I'm getting trolled. I just figure out I'm online. I just figure out where the fuck I've landed. I meet this fuckhead. Then my electricity goes out. Then I'm coming off opiates. And then I'm getting trolled the fuck out of. And I just like, literally just like, kind of just like, I'm watching it because I'm coming off of opiates, but I'm not participating in it because I'm like, I know I'll start using if I do. So I was like, fuck it. And then that's when, like, after I came off opiates, that's when Sad to Me came out and then The Muse, right? After that. But I was like, it was the worst time of my life. But at no point did I ever jump on those panels. Did I ever email anybody? Did I ever ask for fucking money, donations, nothing? And even after all the shit I've been through in my life, I can't do that because I just can't do it. Like, there was like the other day I was having a conversation with somebody, and I was like, I have to earn my own keep. Like, I can't rely on other people to do that for me. Like, I have to be like the keeper of my own house, right? So it's mind-boggling to me because I had so many animals to take care of in the neighborhood that I was in that I rescued. at that time, and that's where like so you would never see like all those purchased drinks or whatever. Like you can't afford that when you're when your priorities are when you have to take care of shit, right? Like it was bad. It was fucking bad. And I was mad about it at the time, but looking back, I should have just ran with it. I should have just fucking.
But I bet, Beck, that you were the sort of person that you would go without to make sure your animals were fed.
No, they all are. They're still alive, all of them.
Yeah,
except for the guinea pigs. They're old.
I know. There's a big difference. But what I was trying to mean before was that, do you think that Jess K took them in because they were abandoned, and then she just didn't look after them, or she's just a hoarder of everything and just hoarded animals as well? I didn't see any friggin' cat like in that video. I didn't see any cat tins or anything laying around. I think
they cleaned a lot of stuff up before they filmed that video. Because like if that is the place where those animals were found, we didn't see any like remnants, right? So they clearly would have had to have cleaned out a lot of garbage before that even happened.
Yeah.
I think personally, I think she's hoarding.
Becky thinks,
but I haven't looked into hoarding enough. Like maybe Neri or Becky Boo has, but I don't really know like I know my ex-boyfriend's a big hoarder, but I haven't really looked into like what causes that. And I know they're finding out a lot of research now about it. I haven't looked at it.
Yeah. Seems like neglect, because Becky did mention that she saw a big empty bag of cat food. I missed that on the video, I must admit. But it's more of a case of neglect. And I guess, like, I don't know. I'm not looking for excuses for her, but like you said before, no one realized the level of poverty that someone is. But I mean, I think I heard on Granny Fanny's, or someone, or maybe Scardy's, someone's mentioned like I think Scardy said it, that it would have been better just to open the door and let the animals out, and they would have had more of a fighting chance than staying there.
Well, and the crazy part about it is like if she would have been like, even with me, like just honest about her situation, or ever reached out to me.
Yeah, me too.
I would have been like the nicest friend she ever had. I probably would have helped her out of the baton and like, listened and tried to help, I totally would have.
Yeah.
Instead it was definitely the opposite. But
you're not dealing with an honest person. But you're not dealing with an honest person, Beck. I mean, like she makes up people. She makes up human beings. She makes up stories, and like how do you help someone who's not honest with you? It's a very hard road.
Yeah, that's what
like if I said to you, Beck, oh yeah, I've got my own house back, and I've got jet ski, and I own my own car and all that, and then you came to Australia and you saw that it was the opposite. I'm living in a caravan by myself with nothing. Wouldn't you be slightly upset? You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
Yeah. You don't get anywhere, like, especially with whether they're online friends or they turn into real life friends. I mean, as you know, I met Space Monster in person. I met Count Me in person. Like, I know these people. So when they jump, like, if these, not that I'm gonna like bag her, but like, if Space jumped on and starts talking about being this athletic person, though, and only goes for top shelf, I've met her in person, and that's not the case. Sorry, it's just not the case. And it just annoys me that people bullshit like that to try to trick people online. It annoys me.
Well,
you don't get anywhere.
I've said this like the whole time. Like I know that like I've had cam slip ups that I don't give a shit about. I don't.
Oh yeah. People know what you look like. You were doing streams from inside your bloody car. Remember?
I'm aware. That was not my shining moment.
No, it wasn't your shining moment. But you were real. But you were a real person. You weren't sitting there with fucking filters all over your screen.
No, and I don't choose not to. I'm kind of having like I know I've always been that way, because I was like, what you see is what you get. Like
Exactly.
I feel like aging is a privilege not afforded to me.
I saw that long time ago. I saw that brutal, like, honesty. This is me. Like, this is what I do. Like it or not, that you've always been that way.
Well, yeah, and definitely not perfect. But it's funny how like
who is? Nobody's perfect.
What's funny is I'll end up in situations where people are like, you think you're better than everyone else. I was like, actually, let's correct this. I think I'm shit. So don't do that. Nobody who thinks that they're better than anybody else self-sabotages the way I do. That's ridiculous. Nah.
Well, when you drink it and stuff, you don't care. if you were sober, it's like, oh fuck, I look like a mess.
Actually, I would say like
I'm not
drinking
going.
is crazy because like I have a memory like an elephant. Like I'm very good at like remembering things, but when I drink, I can't. Like I can't remember a thing at all. Like zero. Which is and then I was like reading about it. It's like a neurotoxin, right? Like it's a
That's
poison.
dangerous though. That's really dangerous though, because you've really like you may have offended even your friends in that state, and then the next day you don't even remember like offending, really offending your
Well,
friends. I mean,
thankfully,
people.
my friends tell me, and I have to apologize.
Oh. Okay, I remember that.
You know,
uh,
yeah.
um, I was going to show that link that you sent me, but I can't remember how
Oh,
to
the
get it
cam
up.
slip.
Yeah. Look. Granted, Space had one of these too. Granted, it mightn't have been like your finest that her finest moment because she said something like, "Oh, I just got up" or something like that. But in saying that, though, you can be very critical of that can fleet versus all those pictures that she filters the fuck out of, and all the accusations that she's lost all this weight and she's looking fine and doing fine when it's exact opposite. It's exact opposite, and I don't like liars. Fuck, it really annoys me, especially I've known her since I think 2019, and it really annoys me that even to this day she just lies, lies, lies.
Well, that's been my experience with most people on here. The ones who like want to tarnish
Really?
you and prop them up the most are usually the people who aren't who they say they are. Usually, I would say,
Alright.
in my experience.
You sent
Are
me
you trying
the.
to say I shouldn't get killed?
You sent me the. Did you send me the link in WhatsApp?
Maybe WhatsApp? Yeah.
Okay. I'm just scrolling through our conversation, but I can't see it for some reason. Maybe I'm not going back far enough.
Like when I'm drunk, my ear touches like the video cam button. I'm like, oh, there I am. Sweet.
Really? Is that how?
Oh yeah. Like Susie Q
Uh,
will like Discord me. She's like, your camera's on. I don't know if you know. I was like, whatever. There it is. Somebody took a
oh,
picture
yeah.
somewhere.
Okay. So I've got the link. I just got to work out how to do it. Video file, image file. Ooh. I'll tell you what I'll do because it's really quick. I'll just record it on my, and then I can show it. I don't want to share screens because I use two different browsers when I'm doing this because I normally use Chrome, but for some reason my mic won't work in Chrome, so I have to use Firefox when I StreamYard. It's really complex.
It's
So
super
it's very
weird. I
hard.
know. Sometimes I have to
Yeah.
change different browsers. It's bizarre. I don't get it.
I've forgotten. No, oh, this is bad. When I reformatted my computer because I had some computer problems about a month or two ago. It ended up being the power supply that was causing my computer to crash randomly. I put a new power supply in, and it hasn't crashed since. So, but I didn't put everything back on, and I've forgotten what I used to record something. Oh, hang on, I think I could work it out. So, are we finished with the diagram on the screen? Have you got anything else to say about that? What did Jay and Amy say about this? What was their analysis on this screen? I'm just curious. I missed this part.
I can't remember, but I think it was just basically showcasing like how like insane she was. Like,
Okay.
you know, like it was just it's very self-involved, right? Like it really is. It's like this has happened, but it's like not taking into account like all the people you've been trolling and doing shit to either, right? It's just like me. It's weird.
Yeah, look. Amy had obviously Amy's had alts before, and she reckons that
Nobody has alts around here. That's crazy.
She ran she ran out. She had an alt called Casper No Balls. Yeah. She got it. I mean, I laugh it off. Like it doesn't work trolling me because
I think one time I went to Robbie's chat is like Dexter's plastic wrap.
Really?
Yeah, totally.
And there used to be a tidy whities thing too, which I always thought was funny because I used to love that picture. I used to actually like that picture. I'm really trying to get back to that.
You can showcase it again if you like.
No, I've showed it enough. I think I'd have to.
I was just getting weird. Is that what you're trying to say? You're like, no.
Well, I didn't think it was like
Okay, well, I'll make an altar child that nobody knows about. We'll just showcase your.
It was for
We'll call it lost baggage,
it was
Casper.
for a fucking dating profile that I used to use fucking back in the day. Like I remember that's why I took it. And I know where I took it. I took it when I was in Sydney staying overnight because my previous boss had passed away and I'd only just moved up to Queensland. I went back down to Sydney to go to his funeral and I had a couple of nights in this fucking motel. And I remember taking that picture because I'm thinking, like, you know what? I wouldn't mind meeting someone while I'm down here. Like, I'm down here for a couple of nights. I got a motel room, and I remember I remember taking that picture in that motel. I remember it specifically. It would have been in like 2012 or 2011, something like that. So that was a long time ago. I haven't seen them. I haven't seen them abs for a long time.
I don't think any of us around here have seen it.
I know. Yeah, I know. At least I'm honest about it. I'm gonna try to pass off a picture from 2012 as being like relevant because it's not. So that was like fucking what?
No, I just pass off old. I used to be a babe, guys. I used to be.
Oh, I used to be. Yeah. Yeah, the tidy whitey story, Becky. Sorry, I keep forgetting to read chat. I was like, I'm terrible. I'm concentrating on my conversation with you, and then I forget to read chat.
I feel like I remember when I was like going after Aslika for where is Aslika? She's gone. We didn't see her for a while. Because I was,
who was Aslika? Was that
Jessica?
Amy? Oh, that was Jessica. Okay. Yeah, I remember the Aslika. It's Jessica without a K. Everything's a lie. Remember, everything's a lie. If it's got to do with Jess, it's all a lie. And you know what? Like, I'll be honest. I wish I could tell her now. Like, you shouldn't have come back. If you live your life like that, you should not come back because these people are relentless. Like, a lot of us are true crimers, right? A lot of us, and you included, you love your true crime. I love my true. I'm following many cases at the moment.
Yeah, I've seen some crazy shit too.
Like most of them Australian that wouldn't be interested to you guys, but like, and Nary's a true crimer, and Becky Boo's a true crimer, and like even Amy's a true crimer, right? That's where they started, right? So if you think you're gonna live life, you're gonna come on YouTube and trash the fuck out of people. And these true crimers aren't going to look into you. You got another thing coming because if you live a squeaky life fine, you probably find nothing. But all these people, Beck, they all got records. So next thing you know, oh, Amy doesn't have a record, and neither do I. But like a lot of people that want to trash people have records, and if they think they're not going to get like exposed at some point, of course they're going to get exposed. Ty Biggins, who trolled me for 6 months, had a fucking record. That was given to me. Like, I loaded myself up ready for Ty Biggins, and they never came back. I had everything ready. I thought I'm going to enjoy this, because her and when I say her, because Ty Biggins was a girl, but when Ty and Jessica would go live, right? I don't know if you knew this. They would go live, just to troll me, like just to like fight me, and no one would show up. Like no one, they did this over and over, and no one would show up, and so they stopped doing it because no one gave a shit. Everyone knew who I was. There was no fun in it. Like I used to laugh. I used to be the only one in their chat. Yeah.
Oh,
anyway,
so
they protected Amy and Jessica protected Ty Biggins. Right? They knew who it was. Even Space knew who it was. No one told me. It took one decent person that's still a friend of mine to come forward and say, hey,
I don't even know if that person even exists because I know who they are, but I never like saw them around, never nothing.
Oh, would you like me to send you their record? I got it saved somewhere. Their address, house, everything. It's all there ready. But then they went away. So you know what? I just dropped it, Beck. I didn't like do a live and say, oh, I'm going to expose Ty Biggins. No, I just let it go. If you stop, I'll let it go. It's only if a person persists, like Space did, will I report them.
Well, that's I think what happened with Robbie and I. Like it was just because I'm helping her with videos, and I think that's how that all went like
Well, I would
sideways.
never have known about your situation. I would never have known about your situation. I wasn't friends with you then. I would never have known about your situation unless Robbie put it on that live stream.
Yeah, but I think at the time, like looking back on it now, I should have just fucking owned it. Like whatever, it happened. Suck a dick.
Yeah, I'm a
Sorry.
bit that way now. I
Yeah.
laugh. I'm a little bit. I'm very similar to Granny Fanny in the sense that I just laugh at all of this situation. I don't laugh at the animal cruelty thing. I was very sad and upset about that. But a lot of the situations where they drag each other and stuff, to me, it's just funny. It's honestly like it's just so funny. Nikki does it too. Nikki goes off. Nikki goes off sometimes, and I just like listening on my way home, just laughing. It's like, oh my god.
Like worse things could happen, right? Like I don't know, but there is some lines where like you just start to notice like things are being crossed over, and then like
It was
shut it
wrong to put
down.
it was
Yeah.
wrong to put your domestic violence thing and the link in that live because I knew that later on Robbie would be cool with you. I knew later on you guys would be cool at some point, right? So like you can't undo that. That's why people don't think about this shit before they do it. Later on, like for instance, I would never have thought Amy and Robbie would fall out. I never thought Amy and Nikki would fall out, right? And they all just fall out with each other. I don't talk to any of them privately. You're one of very, very few that I talk to. I don't talk to any of them because let me give you a situation, right? If you go all out for someone, say for instance, I went all out for Nikki, right? And I supported Nikki, and I'm there all as much as I can, and I'm in on the trashing Robbie and trashing Amy and all this, and then later on, I turn around and Nikki's cool with them now. Where does it leave you? You look like an idiot. So I don't go out for any of them because you never know when their situation's going to change. I'm independent.
Yes, and I think that that's like the biggest thing that like everybody's like, oh, like if you're here, you're there. It's like I have friends in real life that have friends with people I don't like. There's
Yep.
friends that I'm with people in my real life that don't like the friends that I have. We just don't talk about it. You know what I mean? Like just don't bring it up.
You just have, and
It's
it's
the
the same
same way.
online. You just have your own friendship. You have your own friendship with that person online, right?
You
So
just
you
keep
go
it
into
separate, right?
yeah,
Just
exactly.
don't, act with integrity, right? So it's just like
Like you were hanging out with like Alex there for a while. You were cool. I don't know if you're still cool, or whatever. But
no,
I didn't
definitely
think
not.
Alex was treated May too nicely. But then, so then I thought, well, I used to like going in Alex's lives, just hanging out like and stuff, like not necessarily talking, but listening. But then I didn't like how when I didn't like how he treated May either. So then I'm like, well, hang on, May. You and I got kicked at one point. You and I got kicked to the curb by May, whatever.
Yeah.
But I just didn't feel comfortable. So then I stopped listening to both. Just stopped because I didn't feel comfortable. But I may listen
I've
because
asked you that question, and Betty.
they can't stop you from listening. You can listen to anybody you want, even if you don't
Yeah, but
particularly
you're like,
like
you know what? Like that's the other thing, like too. Like if somebody's done something to you, and like you should be able to acknowledge it. Like it's sorry you did do that. Like, and I'll
Yeah.
acknowledge my role in it, but I don't have a problem acknowledging my role in things because I'm not the one who initiates it usually. So if I fight and bite back, usually I'm within good reason. I don't,
Yeah, I think at the end of the
I
day,
don't mind
when
owning and
eventually
fighting back.
I think eventually when you and May like sorted out whatever, and because she's got back to the whole reason why I wanted you to talk in the first place was because you had Jimmer in common. But when you's made up whatever, I think instead of May being angry at me because I was the one that basically told you who kicked you, and but
Yeah.
because I was able to go into the log quickly and take a screenshot of it because I was curious as well. I think at the end of the day, she actually respected me for doing that because she realized that that I was a true friend to Beck, and I think that's why she apologized to me. I think that was the reason.
Well, and like she never like she could have doxed me. She could have done probably a lot of things. And like I know Jimmer sent her tons of shit on me, and she never ever posted any of that personal shit. So
Yeah.
I have to give her props for that. Thank God she never sent it to Allie. That's all I gotta say about that.
Yeah, Ali, I tried to tell Ali to just live your life and drop it, a lot of the stuff, but I noticed that she kept doing videos about people and stuff. But that's her go. It's nothing to do
Well,
with
yeah, I
me.
just didn't want you involved in it. It's just like you removed my channel for whatever reason you decided to do that, but it's really not my job to try to, be friends with you. It
Yeah,
really
yeah,
isn't.
no, I
It's
understand
not
that.
my. This is a you problem, not a me problem. Yeah,
Yeah, I would never be cool with somebody who had my channel taken down. Yeah,
yeah,
I have to admit, I'd be the same. I'd
yeah,
be the same. So
yeah.
yeah. Anyway, so let's go back to just.
Okay, I have to go pee. Give me a second.
Is it all right? All right.
Talk about jet
All right.
skiing. To pee.
No, that won't bring the views. No, actually, to be honest with you, I don't go live for views. Like, I know I'm not a Sam Hill. Like, I just my whole interest is my conversation with you tonight. I don't care, even if there was no one in the chat. I
I
don't,
know.
I
I
don't, I
just feel
don't
like
care, because this is easier to do than a phone call when there's other, like, people around and stuff. This I
well, and other people
finally.
who might want to know the lore of the land, the old
Yeah,
school shit,
yeah,
right?
yeah,
And some of the
yeah,
crazy
yeah, yeah,
shit
yeah.
too.
I like people understanding my perspective, and plus, I wanted people to listen. I knew that you would be absolutely sober today. I knew that you would be, but as you are most of the time, I wanted people to hear.
The
I wanted
lately,
to.
Casper.
I wanted people to hear monotone Beck, rather than
Monotone.
crazy, crazy Beck. Go on, P. I'll
Yeah, we were
address the
back.
chat. I'll
Yeah.
address the chat for a sec,
Okay.
because I've missed half these conversations. Phew, back in the day, people were like, oh yeah, yeah, I saw that. Yep, yep. Another Fred Pollard if I'm wrong. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Beck, I Becky, I don't like I don't like jumping up and doing a live and going on about something and then find out later that you're like completely wrong. It's like, oh my god, like fuck, why did I do that? Like, and that's one of the reasons why I don't go live and participate much in the drama stuff anymore. I'll listen. I admit it. I listen, and I have listened to Jess K's replays, and I have listened to Granny Fanny's replays and Scardy's. Scardy's a friend, so that's cool. But like, I very rarely get a chance, and I really kind of don't want to just jump up on panel and jump on someone, because sometimes there's a lot more than the ICs, and you need to look into things if you do have the time, which I kind of don't. So I work full time. Actually, I work at. I'm not gonna. It kind of is classed as full time. It's a 9-day fortnight, and I do a business on the side that makes me a little bit, and I like to get out. I still help out at my sister's property, so I'm chopping wood, chainsawing wood, chopping wood, mowing lawns, helping out there, because the brother-in-law works away in the mines and he only comes home for 4 days every 5 weeks or some shit or something like that. Maybe it's longer now. And my stepdad lives out there. He's getting older, and he's finding it hard to get shit done. He's getting older. He's in his early 70s, I think. I like to go to the club, so that's my socializing. Go and play in pokey, that's my socializing. So I've got friends that I've known at the club for I've been in Queensland for 15 years or something. So I got friends there, so I like to go there, and it's just my social outlet. I used to do lives like driving to and from the club and stuff, but I haven't been doing them for the last year or so, because I can't find a phone holder that suits my car. I don't like the ones that go on the window and leave the round circle mark. I don't like those. I like to one that I can actually attach to I've got this widescreen in the car, aftermarket widescreen, and if I can find something where it attaches and the camera is just over the top and I can still see the screen, so I don't have to put it in front of the display, then great. But I just can't find something that is solid, that won't shake. So I haven't been doing those sorts of lives anymore. And I found that once I stopped doing regular lives, that I didn't really miss it. I used to feel obligated to do a live every Saturday morning, and I remember back in the day, Doodle used to help me with various subjects, and we'd do a little bit of research on these subjects, and she would send me articles and pictures and stuff, and then we'd just do a live and have a few laughs. But I find that, like, it's not, I don't know, I don't really miss it. I don't really miss it. But I do like to chat. Like I am still in Discord, the original Discord. Not in too many Discords. I'm only in like some Discords. Basically, they don't even talk. I think I'm in like 1, 2. Aside from my own, I'm only in like 5 Discords, and 2 of them are the same person's Discord. So 4 plus mine, and mine. No one really talks much in mine anymore, but every now and then, people will say something, and everyone's just living their life, you know. There's nothing wrong with that. But yeah, as I was getting back, I was in the middle of a conversation. I was in the middle of a conversation when I was talking about that chat that I was in with Jess K and a few other ladies, one of them being Amber. I remember things didn't. Yeah, no, I remember now. Yes, things were starting not to make sense, and the girls were saying to me, Darren, like, she's not showing us like anything that she's brought for the baby, like normal behavior. And it was suspect then. It was really suspect then. And then time went on, when all that sort of, like, you know, time just rolls on. And then I think I saw something like Amy was saying, like trying to get her presented with papers or whatever. Forgot, served. Sorry, the summons served or whatever. And there was nothing coming of that. When Mark said there was no baby, he obviously was at that house. So that was back in, I guess, 2023, 2024, something like that. And then, like, I think Amy, I'm not saying anything that hasn't already been said, so, because I wouldn't do that. So I think Amy said something like they contacted her sister-in-law, who doesn't have much contact with Jessica, but they contacted the sister-in-law, who clearly said no, she has no baby, and she's tried this bullshit before, and it's all about scamming money. And I knew just from my personal chats in that chat group, and what I'd heard and seen since then, I knew there was no baby. And I have to admit this. I will say this. When Scardy first showed up on Beck's on Jessica's live, I was concerned, because I was friends with Scardy, sort of thing. So I messaged Scardy. Emailed her. Sorry, I emailed Scardy and said, "Look, I'm not telling you what to do, but please be careful. There's history here, and I'm like, personally myself, I'm 99.9% sure there's no baby. So don't get too sucked in." And she did write back, and she's been a good friend, because she's never said this on any, like, she knows. She said, "Oh yeah, heaps of people have warned me, blah blah blah," but I was one of those people, because I didn't want to see her. I don't think Scardy, like, doesn't necessarily live like a, you know, like a lifestyle of indulgence, because, like, she often has to ask people if they like the stream, hey, you can donate, because I'm doing it tough. And I've heard Scardy stories too, and I do have empathy for anyone that is doing it tough in any country, to be honest. And Scardy wrote back to me and said, "Don't worry, Casper, I'm just seeing where this goes. I got my eyes wide open. I've heard stories, and I'm all good." And I said, "Okay, that's fine." And that's it. That's where we left it. So if anybody got involved, and I felt sorry for people like I think Blues Girl, who's now in Scardy's chat, has left Jess. I'm getting names confused. Has left Jess, and I saw these people that were Jessica's mods are now gone. Like Wyoming and all that. All those people got suckered in. All those people got suckered in to donate at some level. And I felt sorry, but I don't know those people. I don't know those people. So I felt like, oh, if I had a online friendship with these people, I would have warned them. Because I didn't know that Jess was doing.
I don't really know if even like warning people really does
Yeah, but you can at least live with yourself knowing that you tried.
That is true. I mean, I
Yeah.
find like I think a lot of people end up in those situations too, and I have even myself where it's like because you just like you don't there does get to a point I think in certain situations where there's just so much like mud thrown from like one side to the other that it gets like
Blurred.
convoluted. It's like, well, who's
Yeah, it
telling the
gets
truth,
blurred.
right? Like,
The lines get blurred.
yeah.
Exactly, because I've heard Amy tell lots of stories, right? And some of the stuff I know for a fact is right, and some I don't think is right. I don't know 100%. And the same with Nikki. Some of Nikki's stories in my heart, I believe some of the stuff is true, but some of the stuff I don't believe either. You know, like so
Well, yeah,
it's
so
just
until you actually see like physical evidence, like factual evidence that this
yeah,
is the case, right?
yeah,
Like
yeah, yeah, yeah,
it's hard to
yeah.
just like take one person's word. But then some people do have like a long-standing like track record, I would say.
See,
You
just
know?
because a person is bad, look, I'm gonna be a little bit bold and say that some of the stuff Jess says is true as well. Some of the stuff Jess says about Amy and the other people that she's known from the past, like is true. Some of it I can relate to because I
That's
might
like
have
the
been in it.
best way to manipulate people is you take parts of the truth and then spin it with falsities, right? So that
Yeah, yeah,
it appears to be true, you know, with
yeah,
the
yeah. A lot of stories got extended, let's say. You know, like that's why I wanted to come up and say like about when Jess was trying to scam me. There was a little bit of a backstory to it, and I just felt like I wanted to get it out there that I kind of like you could see it as kind of like rubbing the money in her face, and Amy did the same thing. And then little did we both know how poorly she was living at the time, so I do feel a little bit bad about that.
yeah, but I think, everybody around here is like live and learn. Like I think people like hold a lot of animosity and then they forgive and like it's just like rules for thee, not for me, hypocrisy, bullshit.
Yeah. All
In my
right. Well, we're just about 2 hours and 14 minutes. No way.
sucker.
Fucking hell. I hate people that do long streams.
But it's not that long.
I,
It's
I'm
not
getting
8 hours, sir. We're not there yet.
2 hours and 15 minutes. I'm getting into Darling Nikki territory. Hey, some
True.
of the time some of the time I agree with Nikki. Like I know, and I love how Nikki goes. Oh yeah, I can get fucking unhinged. I'm a crazy bitch. Like I like how she self admits that because I've always wanted to say when Nikki started. Do you remember this? When Nikki came back from her year off or whatever that she spent talking with Amy and doing true crime behind the scenes type thing, because that's what they were doing. When she came back and started doing live streams, I was one of the first people to go up on her panel, and I think Neri was also with me. And I said to Nikki that she was different. She was different than before. And this time around, yeah, she's been a lot bolder than she used to be.
Definitely.
Yeah. But I was the first one
Justificated that
that went
too, and
up
I
and
feel
told
like
her.
the
But you
younger
know what?
ones.
Like me and Nikki never fought. Like she may have talked about me, like, behind my back, whatever. Not a big deal. I actually do like listen to some of Nikki's streams. And it's just a shame. I sit back now and I think, wow, we used to all be in a chat. We used to all have the fucking great chats, voice chats. We used to laugh. Even Robbie would come on and say something really stupid, and we'd all laugh. You know what I'm saying? Like it was one chat where everybody we were all friendly. And
Well, it's
now
kind of funny now,
when
like
I
even
sit
when I
back,
look back at old streams that I saved, I'm like, fuck, this is
yeah,
hilarious. And I remember at the time being so mad about it. And like 6 years has gone by, I'm like, this is fucking funny. This is hilarious.
yeah, yeah.
But when you're the butt of the joke, it's not so much fun.
I look at I don't know. I guess maybe I look at it a little bit different in the sense that like everyone was friends. Well, when you say friends, I say online friends. Everyone was like friends then, and now they're all fine. They're all fine there with each other. Like it's just like, oh, fuck. Crazy. And then you find out about Jess K, like who was one of our friends. It's a crazy world, Beck. It's like, fuck.
No, it's weird, but it makes me think about it because I was like, it was crazy. Like some of the stuff, like, and even BCF, like she's made the same comments, and like I'm starting to notice there's like definitely a pattern of a way of things that have happened that ended up getting like pointed at BCF or pointed at certain people that probably wasn't really them at all.
Mm. Look, with BCF, I think at the core BCF is a decent person. However, she facilitated a live once with Copper, and let Copper drag the fuck out of me. So that's it to me. Like, I won't forget that, and I never responded with.
Now you know how I feel about Allie.
Yes. I was just about to say it's exactly the same situation that you.
Right? You're just there's just some things you're like, no.
So it's not something that I'm ever gonna like say, oh, forget it. Yeah, it's cool. Yeah, let's do a stream together. No, it's not gonna happen.
Yeah.
It's not gonna happen. Yeah. All right, Beck. Well, thank you for coming up today.
I know.
What time is it? What time is it?
It is 10 o'clock here. I have to work tomorrow, so I'm going to go ahead.
So it's pretty good timing, right? It's not bad.
I think so.
All right.
We need to keep track of this Jessica thing, though. Did she get bail?
Yes, I believe she's out. The last I heard was she's out, and I've not heard or seen anything since. I haven't really looked too hard. I did look before this live. Was there any updates? Her channel hasn't changed, and no one's gone live about it since, as far as I could see. I'm not covering everybody because apparently even Granny's Watching was covering Jessica K as well. Apparently,
no way.
Yeah. So it's quite a few people have posted some stuff, and I see random stuff popping up on my feed, but some stuff it changes. You know how your feed changes all the time, so it's like some stuff's like, oh shit. So I couldn't find the bones thing after I seen it once. I couldn't find it again. But anyway, let's hope. Look. At the end of the day, Beck, like if someone has some serious issues, I just hope that she can get some help for that, because no one should live like that, and you should not, like, unfortunately, like it needs to be. She needs to be told that she can never have an animal again. Like, fair's fair. Like, you can't be like that. It's disgusting and horrible. That should be like, that should have that judgment put upon her. But I hope she does better, and maybe she can get some fucking help or something like that. Because a lot of people said that. A lot of people were on the live, someone's live the other day, and said, look, we don't hate Jess. We just like, she just needs to get some help or something. I don't know. I'm not a...
Well, clearly.
Yeah. Let's hope it happens, because, like, she was, like... I heard she was threatening to unlive herself and stuff, so...
Like, recently?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's not good. I don't want to participate in that.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I don't want any harm to come to anybody, but, like...
But
it's not too late to straighten yourself out. Like, she needs to obviously...
But the... Like... I don't know. It's hard to say, but it's like there is a lot of like repercussions for like the actions that you sow, right? You know?
Yeah. And I dare say she's going to be going to court at some stage and have to face that.
I think so.
Yeah, and that
I don't know if there'll be any worse punishment than the real life part. You know?
Yeah. Well. Yeah. And where do you go when you don't have anywhere to go? Like, I don't know. I've never been in that situation, you know. But apparently, oh, well, you may know this. I did hear this on, where did I hear this? Somewhere, where apparently, since she got out of jail, she's tried to contact Wyoming, and Wyoming didn't take the call, and she's tried to contact Robbie, and Robbie didn't take the call. That's the last I heard. So if you're on terms with Robbie, I mean, you can always ask him. So.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm not really like, we just made peace, and like, you know, I wish him the best. But I just don't. Yeah.
Okay. Well, I don't talk to Robbie, so I thought maybe
it's not like personal or anything, you know.
Yeah.
But yeah, that sucks. Well, right. I just think that, you know, she, you know, just own your shit, man, and there's the only way through is through. Be a fucking buffalo and walk into that motherfucking storm, Jess.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't think she'll change. But whatever she does or says doesn't affect my life, so it is what it is.
But I've kind of hit this point in life where I'm like, you know, I used to have like a lot of empathy, but it has not served me well, and I'm kind of over it.
Fair enough.
You know,
Fair enough.
just like whatever. Like when you're an adult and you're doing that shit, I whatever. And even for
Yeah.
myself, like, you know, you don't have to forgive me when I do stupid things as an adult either.
Yeah, I get it. I get it. I get it.
Each his own.
All right,
Alright,
Beck, have a nice sleep. Enjoy your shift tomorrow.
enjoy your evening out.
I will. I am going out for dinner with some friends.
All right.
I'll end up at the club at some stage, but I'm just
Win
going
some
out with some
pokies.
friends. Yes, I will. I'm going to win some
Okay.
money tonight. All right, Beck.
Good energy. Bye, Casper.
Have a good night. Have a good
You
night.
too.
See ya.
Bye, love.
Bye. All right, everybody. Thank you for joining me tonight. I can't find my old little exit outro where it was like Looney Tunes, but so I'm not. I guess I won't play anything. I'll just end it. Thank you for anyone that came tonight and chat in the chat. You guys that are listening, yep, that's cool. You could have chatted. It wasn't not a big deal. But thank you anyway for taking a listen. And if you want to talk to me, then just, I don't know, reach out somehow. Go through anyone in the chat probably can contact me, and I'm happy to like talk about this situation. But I just wanted to have my own chat, and I thought I wanted to get Beck's interesting perspective on it. So good night and peace out, everybody. Take care. See ya.